Did you hear that? Things are about to get really pioneery up in here. Yes, everybody, the Wolfpack, the LaserDisc Wolfpack are back, and this time we're getting a little spooky. Every time we return in the month of October, we're going to be talking about horror films and horror laser discs. So get ready. It's going to be a good night, and we're going to get spooky and freaky and creepy in a hot second. I am Sam Hatch. I'm going to pass it along to the man that you can stab, you can shoot, you can chainsaw him, you can hit him with lightning, but he'll keep coming back with LaserDisc in hand. Ryan Cushing.
Thank you for that wonderful intro, Sam. The LaserDisc Wolfpack is brought to you by Founders, makers of Devil Dancer and other fine beer. Now to you, Maxeene.
God, I can't handle the pioneering.
I should have warned you.
Oh my gosh. Maxeene, the LaserDisc Queen, here in Spooksville, California. Got all my spooky things decorated in the little nook over there. And I have some pioneer things to show, so we will be pioneering. I'll pass it to Trevor.
Hey, this is Trevor, and we're sponsored by Megadeth Sison 13. And I'm going to send it on over to Bill.
Hey, what's up? Bill here from Boston. I'm not cool enough to be sponsored by anybody, but maybe someday somebody will pick me up. I'm a free agent, just saying.
You'll be
Happy
pro.
to be here. Happy Halloween, y'all.
Old Milwaukee, maybe.
Yeah, tight. I'd take it.
There's a blue ribbon one I hear is looking for people.
Yep, I'm in.
I'm helping.
Send me beer.
I'm helping Bill do his sponsorship video so he can shop that around.
Yeah.
Anytime.
That sounds excellent.
You're going to get it.
I'll literally take any sponsorship.
He's not desperate.
All right. So, yeah, we are all big fans of spooky, creepy stuff. And we did a horror special already, but because it's officially October now, and there's going to be 3 Wolfpack podcasts within the month of October, we figured let's branch out and get even wilder. And we're going to do, for this episode, top 5 franchise horror laser discs. Because if you remember before, Ryan threw down this super limited kind of structure where we could only pick films that didn't have reboots or remakes or sequels. And this time we're going to go mainstream and pick all those big heavy hitters. So, all right, I'm going to rock my top 5, and starting with a little film called Phantasm, which is just amazing. It's one of my favorite horror films just because it's stupid autofocus. Just because it's one of those ones that really feels legitimately dreamlike and it doesn't hold your hand and explain a ton to you, and it just feels like you're just part of like a creepy nightmare stream. And I love this Ignition series. It's got Angus Scrimm and Coscarelli. This is 178 of 2,500. Cool. Rumor is there's only 2,250 because supposedly they lost like a pile of them. But yeah, I of course took the disc out and I keep that separately. And of course I'm going to get all sorts of shine. But it's just a cool, gorgeous release.
Awesome.
And Yeah, it's a nice special edition. Letterboxed, of course.
Good choice.
Yes.
That's definitely good. Sick car in that movie.
Number 4, it's going to be hard not to pick Clive Barker's Hellraiser.
Yes.
Another sick box. LumaVision dropped this and really, went to town with the design. There's a couple different versions of it. So if you, hold on, let me get that up. If you do end up picking up a copy, look for the one with Clive Barker's signature on it there, because there's an alternate version that does not have a signed script in here, which I'll just show quick for the kids. It's got the script and it's got like a little demon embossed in the plastic as well. But man, if you buy this, you're definitely gonna go to hell. Sorry, kids. Hate to break it to you.
Happening.
Make sure you check that box on YouTube that says "not for children." Just
yes, definitely. Yeah. And again, I have the disc separately, but nice special edition. And it's got a few good extras on here. Commentary track, nice scan. They also did Hellraiser 2, but I had to go with the OG. Number 3 is, hopefully I can stop holding up box sets. Number 3 is going to be no surprise to anybody. The mighty Evil Dead 2. I was tempted to go with Evil Dead, but this is still my favorite of the series. And yeah, the blood red disc. Got to throw some love for the blood red disc. So shout outs to Vinny Boncolari, who hooked me up with an actual new old stock sealed copy of this from his secret bunker of doom. So I thought that was awesome. And yes, this is the one that has the typo that says the film came out in, I don't know if you can get that. Probably not. 1976. There you go.
We got it.
So, there you go. Perfect. Absolutely love it. And number deuce is going to be another Elite Entertainment. George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, Director's Cut, Letterbox. I mean, I do also have, can't get Bill mad at me. Bill sold me the CAV box set, of course, too.
Yeah,
but,
it's a good one.
yeah. I mean, just absolutely love this film. I'm sure everybody knows about it, so I'll save the, I'll let somebody else do a synopsis when it shows up in their list. And number 1, surprise, surprise, get shocked. Criterion Halloween.
Yes.
This one. I mean, the first time I saw it technically was on VHS when I was a kid, and scared the absolute pants off me. And I actually watched most of it like through my fingers, and left a real impact on me. Fantastic release. Does have a little bit of aliasing, and Laurie Strode's dad's car has like a bunch of chrome trim that's going to alias, but it's still a nice transfer, and everybody loves it because it's got like the spooky orange color timing. It looks a little bit more autumnal than some of the other releases.
You know what my favorite thing about that one is, Sam? On the inside of the gatefold, there's a programming order that you can put the chapters that were cut right back into the movie.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to make a lot of noise here. For the television version.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I think that's like the only legitimate use I've ever found for the program your chapters on the LaserDisc player.
Yeah. Wow. It's got Laurie up in there too, and you can program, the extra footage is at the ends of side 1 and 2. So yeah, it tells you how you're going to program your chapters if you want to go ahead and do that.
You got to like pull out your player's manual to like figure out how to use the remote. It's crazy, but
that's a hilarious thing that you can program the stuff, and I just never did for the most part. And
I have no clue how those buttons work. I'm not gonna lie.
It's funny too because it switches from widescreen to full screen, but you get like a super long cut of it. It's cool. I did it. I checked it out
in 4:3. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, the Close Encounters box has a similar thing where you can add in the extra scenes and stuff like that. But thanks for pointing that out. So that's my number 1. I'm gonna pass it along to my man Ryan. What do you got?
Well, for this one, I actually picked some horror movies. I hope that's okay.
You didn't run that by us.
Oh, well, I did not pick that Halloween. That's the TV cut version for those of us who don't know how to use our remote. So that's a pro tip. Just find that Japanese version. So moving on to my top 5, I made up some additional categorizations mostly that is this franchise still valid 20 years later? And
Okay.
there's a few that I didn't get that are definitely valid and they're still making things for, but some of them have gone kind of dormant in the last decade, which, you know, surprisingly considering how many releases. But I was like, I don't want to put them in. I can maybe use them another time. But here we go. So going to start it off with the critters.
Nice.
You can't go wrong with these little guys, and still really valid, still really fun, and just a great pan and scan release for all of us heathens. So
The crates. Like it.
absolutely. Keeping it valid, Leprechaun. They did
Jen
just have a new
Aniston.
movie come out. Yes, Jen Aniston. I'm sorry about the shrink. It just looked too good, and it's like a Tower Records sales sticker. I mean, did anyone pay full price for these? That's probably why no one that didn't catch on, but, you know, who knows? Number 4, and one of our sponsors, fullmoondirect.com, Puppet Master. Number 4, great franchise. I think they have a new one coming out this year. I don't know if COVID has screwed that up completely yet, but they continue to crank these bad boys out, and they continue to sell life-size puppets, and there's a nice subscription that if you sign up for their streaming service, you get all 12 Blu-rays, gasp, for free. Promo code Wolfpack.
Charles Band probably knocked the new one out over the weekend.
Yeah.
He just used footage from the other ones and overdubbed it.
Yeah.
Number 2, Child's Play. These movies are great. They're still making them, even though it hasn't been, you know, they rebooted it. I don't know how I feel about that. And I think there's a TV series coming now.
Really?
But,
Okay.
or they were talking about it. I don't know if it's actually coming. But, yeah, these are just great movies, and they make you afraid of the toys that you own, even more so than Puppet Master. And number 1, I chose a different movie in the franchise. I had to go with Halloween 3.
Yeah.
This is a Wolfpack favorite for sure. You guys can fill in why.
Atkins.
Tom motherfucking Atkins.
Exactly. So, yeah, Halloween, great movie. Super catchy jingle in the movie. And it's completely unrelated to most of the rest of the franchise. Kinda. So, you know, it was a nice departure, and maybe they need their own cinematic universe. Somebody just needs to run with it, like sell it to Full Moon. Who knows?
Do it.
All right, I'm going to pass it off to Maxeene here.
Nice. Okay, let me get my little stack here. Okay. Wash cookies. Okay. So, I just really tried to go with my favorites, and I tried to put some level of like restriction on there so I wouldn't go too basic. Like I tried to only have like one zombie topic.
Oh, okay.
So I picked Return of the Living Dead.
Very nice. Still got
Nice.
the sticker too.
Yeah. Still in the shrink, still got the sticker. I have the whole set, which I love, but this is just my favorite. I saw it last year in 35 millimeter, and it's just like I watch it every year around this time, so this is very like October, and like I just always think of this film around this time, so love that one. Obviously, soundtrack's good.
Oh yeah.
And obviously the 80s looks. I mean, geez, so many good ones. Okay, so that's 5. 4. 4 is Friday the 13th. Jason Lives.
Yeah. Interesting.
This, I'm a big Friday fan. And this is my favorite Friday because it has my favorite Tommy in it. This is when Jason goes full superhero, like supernatural being man. And it also has the very iconic, like machete throw, James Bond looking intro for Jason. And this has some great freaking action scenes. I mean, he lights the lake on fire. It sinks him to the bottom of the lake. I mean, a lot of really, really high quality Friday. When you think of Friday the 13th, all of the just classic things that you think of just happen just in a nice little, neat little package right here. So if you were only going to watch one, I mean, it would be really hard to say that, but I almost feel like you could watch this. feel satisfied by it.
All right. That's a bold move.
It's the Friday whole series is such a topic on itself because it's just
Yeah, that's a future cast right
so
there.
many things. So yeah, that definitely should be that whole topic within itself. There's a
Top
lot.
5 Fridays.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is next
Okay,
Friday in there?
so
Yeah,
I
next Friday.
also picked
Ah.
Halloween 3, but
Yes.
Halloween 3 for me. So the whole reason that I ended up in the group that we all know and love is because of this one right here.
Really?
Yes, I was in a different group, a little side group that just, you know, you didn't have to be approved to get into, and I said I was looking for this, and someone commented saying that it was in another group for sale, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they approve me so I can get in there and buy this dang thing, and I got approved. The person sold it to me, and then, you know, the rest is history. So.
Wow.
Above and beyond this being such a great, just standalone, because obviously, I mean, there's no Michael in this. But I like that. I love the Silver Shamrock. I love all the masks. I obviously love masks with Friday the 13th and everything. All mask things are pretty much cool, but this is just the freaking pumpkin one's my favorite.
It's brutal, those kids, man, what they go through.
It's crazy. I just love that one. It's always been a favorite, but it brought me to you all.
Excellent. It's the game.
Yes. Okay. So number 2 is Critters 2.
Perfect.
Nice.
And I'm wearing my Critters 2 shirt. So I'll show my shirt. Got the whole Critters.
Sick.
Oh gee. This is a real original one. On the back it says
The main course.
Awesome.
so I had to wear that because this is I mean, this freaking the first one is great. I love the first one. The third one is obviously Leonardo DiCaprio. And the fourth one is in space. But this one is special.
At the Critter
because
Ball.
it's Easter. And when do you just get a really just radical, weird freaking horror movie at Easter where the critters' eggs are being painted like Easter eggs and they come out and attack the Easter bunny and they turn into the giant critter ball and the freaking hungry heifer, we won't give you no steer. Like they have, and the critter's like in there and he's eating all the food and they shoot his freaking hair off his head and he's like, whoa, like.
It is epic.
This is my favorite one. This is my favorite. I watch this one every year at Easter. So that is not a Halloween watch, but it is hands down a horror movie and super, super good.
Excellent.
So number one tried to get in to last time when we did the horror top, but it did not fit because I had a sequel. So Chud.
Nice.
Yeah. I love Chud. I have 3 copies of Chud because I love Chud, just in case.
Same pressing.
I have 2 of this digital sound pressing, and then I have the regular version also.
Yep.
But this one sounds great, looks great. I mean, obviously Daniel Stern, and
Yeah.
I always like my funny thing of watching this is I watch Big all the time. That's my tester disc. So I always kind of think of this because John Hurd's in this, and I always kind of think of this as like when he got, done at the Macmillan Toys because Big kind of like pushed him over the edge. Like he became like a freelance photographer and then is in New York.
Went to
like,
Chud.
this is his like life now. That's like how I look at this because he just really feels like a very similar character to like
Official.
who he was in Big. So I just like that just adds a little something special when you watch it thinking that.
That's canon now. It's the big sequel.
Yeah. The Chud Monster, I mean, his little eyes there. He's cool. I love him. And the music's great. I actually have the soundtrack to that too. But that is one of my favorites of pretty much all time. So that's my top 5 there. I
Excellent.
will pass it to Trevor.
All right. So when I was picking my top 5, I was trying to think of what I could pick and which ones I should go with. And then I'm like, screw it. I'm just picking my favorites, whether other people have them or not, whether they're basic. And then first one I come up with was Gremlins.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And I mean, it may not be the scariest movie, but I saw this in the theater when I was like 6,
My
and
God.
it was pretty scary to a 6-year-old. So
Yeah.
I really
Hell
need
yeah.
to say it's horror, but I wouldn't say the sequel's too much of a horror movie, but
Nah.
it's still a great movie too.
But it's got Hogan.
It does have Hogan.
Then Sam went with Dawn, and I chose Day.
Yes.
Dawn of the Dead was always my favorite, and then I sat down and watched Day of the Dead, and then watched Dawn of the Dead after it, and like in reverse order. And I was like, you know what? I actually prefer Day. It's just a little more bleak. You
Yeah,
know what I
it
mean?
is.
Uh,
The Bub's
I'm
cool,
not
man.
supposed to talk
He's a
I
good
love
guy.
Bob.
Yeah.
I love that one.
And we're going with another repeat here. We're going Evil Dead 2,
Nice.
Blood Red Disc, 1976, all the same as Sam. I just copy Sam all the time.
I thought you'd
He's
have
my
the silver
favorite.
one.
Yeah, I got the Blood Red one. This was like one of my holy grails when I started collecting, and I got it within like my first month. So I'm like, oh sweet, I'm gonna get everything so quick. I slowed down.
And
But
then
I
you
did get
discovered new
this.
releases.
Everybody loves Evil Dead.
Hell yeah.
Then we're gonna go with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
This is
good.
just legit top 10 favorite movies, not just horror. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The original, Leatherface, one of the best fucking, say, horror characters or whatever, even though some sense he's not really a bad guy, depending on how you want to look at it.
Just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Just misunderstood. The boy's special.
Yeah, exactly.
And then number 1, this is just since I was a kid, always loved Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street, the Elite
Got the
Special
cool
Edition
copy,
one,
too.
Yeah, that's the
which I
good one.
realized I have
Yeah.
4 Elite movies in my top 5. So if they
Shout
made
out to
Gremlins
Elite.
we could have went 5 for 5, but you know, this is just the best one available on LaserDisc for this movie. I love the cover of it.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. You can't go wrong. I'm gonna send it on over to Bill.
All right.
Nice.
I got, I don't know if these are in any particular order. It's tough to pick, number 1 or number 5. I had like 20 pulled out of my rack, so I'm like, man, I got to pick just 5 of them. So here they are. This first one, I'm 36. I grew up in a household with some sort of like standards and stuff. I couldn't just watch rated R movies or whatever. This is one of the first ones that I could actually rent that was rated R when I was like a shithead teen, and that's Tales from the
Dude.
Crypt Demon Night. And this
Love
movie
it.
always just like stuck with me. This is one of my favorite TV shows. It's got a ripping soundtrack. It's Pantera.
Pantera.
Yeah, it's got Billy Zane in it. He's the man. Like,
Yeah, he is.
this is a cool movie. Love it, love it, love it. It's actually like not too tough to get either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great time. It's light, it's not too heavy. It's not too sad, bleak, none of that. There's
Good effects. And yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah, they tried hard on it. Made a good movie. The Crypt Keeper intro and outro is it's pretty on point too, just like the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next favorite of mine, Demons.
Yes.
Again with the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, again with the soundtrack. This I think has my favorite like action sequence in any like horror movie.
With the bike.
Yep,
Yeah.
this motorcycle
Always the
scene,
bike.
the dirt bike scene with the katana sword, and he's ripping through a movie theater, flying over seats, and lots of cool stuff happens. I don't want to ruin anything for any
Got
of
the
the
Demon's Mask right there on my shirt. So
Yep. This
Yes.
is definitely an awesome movie. Check it One of my favorites. I don't know if this is a popular pick for everybody in terms of like favorite in the series, but this is definitely my favorite in the Nightmare on Elm Street series, Part 3.
All right.
I don't know, just like the guys, the whole crew versus Freddy. It was like
It
it
was
wasn't
fresh.
so much escaping him. It was like, how do we defeat him? You know, it was a totally different vibe than the first two movies.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Darkened.
And Darkened, we were waiting.
Oh, yeah, Darkened, of course.
You could have just
we
stopped
already-
at Darkened.
Yeah.
We already saw this one come out, but it's my favorite zombie movie. So I didn't even,
Is that signed?
it's all good. Yeah, and I was just gonna say this is extra special for me because I personally got it signed by Linnea Quigley.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe
Love her.
a year ago. They were doing like Maxeene saw it on 35. Maybe it was like a tour or like a going around or something like that. It came through my neck of the woods. They had a beautiful 35 millimeter print, and they had Linnea Quigley there to like open it up, and she was doing autographs and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I got my coffee signed, and this is definitely my favorite zombie movie. And it's just a great LaserDisc.
Yeah.
It's got the original soundtrack. I think they finally put that on other editions of the movie, but for a long time they had to, change up the music, which the music's one of the best parts of it. It's
good.
fun.
Yeah, even the Scream Factory Blu-ray doesn't have the Deadbeat Dance song there by the Damned. They still could never get the rights to that.
Yeah. So if you want the original tunes, that's where it's at, or the 35 millimeter print if you're lucky and it comes to your theater. And then again, we already saw this one, but it's my favorite, Hellraiser.
Yeah, buddy.
This is horror for me. This is the horror genre in one movie here. This is all you need. If you're on an island, you're like, I need one movie on repeat that's horror. Pick Hellraiser. I've got the scrubby edition. It's nuts.
Oh, damn. No signature.
I know. I gotta do something about that one of these days. But it's
I'll keep
still
an eye
super
out.
cool. It's got the really nice transfer of it. It's got the screenplay with it. Everything's the same as the one Sam showed, but no Clive autograph on the inside.
The signature is like a double OBA. It's like 50% resolution.
Yeah,
You better work on that.
Yeah, it makes it a much better experience.
25% more terror as well. That's the resolution. Man, funny you mentioned putting that on repeat. I used to go to parties back in the day, and I knew people that would just have that playing on repeat all night throughout the party. That was just like the go-to background movie.
Yeah, nice. Just put that on and Slayer, and you got a party, dude.
That's it, man. Yeah, you just need the visuals of that and the jams from Slayer.
Yep.
Sometimes some Maiden. They'd play some Maiden too.
All
Mix it
right.
up.
Yeah, that'll do too.
Sick. So was that number one?
That was number one for me.
Right.
Yeah. So back to you, man.
Excellent choices. So it looks like the winners are Evil Dead 2 and Hellraiser probably, huh? Or what else? Halloween 3? Did that get a couple?
Halloween
I got a couple.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Not as decisive a victory as some of the ones from the last episode, but kick-ass choices, everybody. All right. We're going to mix it up because Bill, and we're going to give Trevor some love too. He helped come up with this title. Bill came up with the concept for the Wolfpack Wolfpick. We're going to do a quick throwdown on two titles. In this case, we're going to do some horror classics, horror franchise classics in particular. And everyone gets about a minute or so to kind of make their case for which one they think is the best, and also throw it out to the kids out there in Facebook land so they can participate as well, and then we'll see what everybody comes up with. So our films are going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which Bill's going to be showing you in a second, and that's going to go up against Hellraiser 3, which is was not on anybody's list. Neither of those were on anybody's list, but we got some thoughts on it. Should I go first, Ryan, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
All right, I am going to go with TCM 2. I do love Hellraiser 3, but more as a 90s slab of cheese. As a Clive Barker fan, I kind of don't love it that they turned Pinhead into Freddy Krueger, basically, and he does say some really cheesy stuff. But it's mostly because I really hate that dude that owns that nightclub. He's just such a butt, bro. Like, he's such a fucking loser. I hate that guy. And the fact that Pinhead just chills and talks with him pisses me off. I'm like, Pinhead would never talk to this guy. He's such an asshole. And TCM too, man. Just Chop Top alone. And it's got Oingo Boingo on the soundtrack, and I'm a huge Oingo Boingo fan. So Chop Top plus Oingo Boingo plus that killer finale. Yeah, TCM too. Ryan, what do you got?
Well, you forgot to mention our YouTubers who watch along with us, so please feel free to chime in on YouTube. The Facebookers, they're gonna fight about something. No, I'm just kidding. I love the Facebookers. I happen to be one of them, but
we love YouTubers.
Absolutely. My choice is really easy. I've heard how bad Hellraiser 3 is, and I've never seen it, so TCM 2. It's that simple, and I actually chose to see that, so I'll pass it off to Maxeene.
That says it all.
Gosh. Okay. Well, I do love Texas Chainsaw 2 because it has the dope Breakfast Club cover.
It's pretty sick.
But, and obviously the lead. And I do love that movie. It is probably, it's just a tough choice because I really enjoy Hellraiser 3. I may have to be the odd one out and pick Hellraiser 3.
I don't know. You might not be the only one.
Crazy statue, like pillar of souls, and he just swallows the chick up, and she's like, he just rips her skin off, and she's still screaming.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, but it's just insane. Like, that's so good. I mean, like, I do love the radio station vibe of Texas Chainsaw 2. I love a radio station based movie. So it is really tough. But yeah, I think I'm going with Hellraiser 3.
All right, nice. What you got, Trevor?
Well, just answer this for me. One of these movies has a chainsaw fight in it, right?
I think that does happen.
I believe there's a chainsaw fight in one of these.
Yeah,
so that automatically makes it better than the other one. That's math. The one is based around a nightclub, and the other one is a chili cook-off. Is a man like me going to go to a nightclub or a chili cook-off? I'm going to a chili cook-off every day.
All right.
True.
But no, you got Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. It's more black comedy than horror. But you got Dennis Hopper, you got Leatherface, Chop Top, Bill Moseley, and then you're putting it up against one of the weaker Hellraiser movies. There's no decision there. The choice is pretty clear. It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Man. All right, Bill. You're our only hope.
Yeah, when Trevor buries it like that, I don't even know what to say. I mean, you know, I really do appreciate the black comedy side of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. You know, it's just crazy over the top. But it's also a little bit corny in my opinion, you know, the whole like get him Leatherface and you know, just the dude picking his scab and eating it. It was just like a little bit too far out for me. You know, that's not to say that Hellraiser 3 wasn't too far out. You know, we've got like a butt rock 90s dude that's got a club. Like, I don't know who picked the soundtrack for that movie. It's just so bad. And like the vibe of the dude's so bad, but the special effects are sick. You know, it is Hellraiser. It's got super awesome practical effects. They kept it real in that regard. So yeah, I'm going to pick Hellraiser 3.
All right. It was almost just totally destroyed there until Bill was its savior. I mean, I think we still crushed it 3-2, but
don't get me wrong though. I've got love for Texas Chainsaw too, but it's not my number one.
I still am pissed that Hellraiser 4, like, I mean, they really set up like this pretty crazy thing at the end of Hellraiser 3 where the lament configuration turns into a corporate, like, kind of office building.
Yeah.
So I was expecting this fourth one where it's just pretty much all in this, like, super demonic office building or something. And then they go into space, yeah.
Everything should go into space at some point.
Good point. So, yeah, I got to give 3 props for that cool concept, right? Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right, you kids out there. Hopefully you choose correctly, whatever that may be. Yeah, choose wisely.
There's only one choice.
Good reasoning, though. I like that everyone had different reasoning behind their picks, so it all kind of makes sense somehow in the wash. All right, so we're going to do recent pickups. We're going to limit to 15. Mine is going to be easy because I sold some stuff, but I didn't pick much stuff up. I mean, I bought these LaserDiscs, and then they showed up, and like my wife put them in the dryer, and they shrank, and I'm like, what the hell, man? Who shrank my LaserDiscs? So,
Oh man, that's a late release. That Little Monsters.
yeah. So I don't know. So, but luckily one came before she washed it, and that is Mr. Frost. I have been after this actually for a while, and I just never got around to picking it up. We might talk about this a little bit later, but not available last I knew, at least here in the States, on DVD or Blu-ray. So Jeff Goldblum's looking at you. You must obey him.
It's tight.
Yeah, man. This flick, well, yeah, we'll be talking about that again a little bit later. So I got that, and I got a few that are coming in the mail, but it was just one of those things where the post office did not agree with me. So maybe next episode. What do you got, Ryan?
Is that like the prequel to Jack Frost, or?
No relation.
Okay, I wanted to check. I wasn't sure if it was like an extended universe thing or how that worked out. But
I mean, in your mind, you can do whatever you want, but
let's not do that. All right, so I got a few things in the mail again. Hard to believe, but true.
shocker.
One of the things I received was a Broterian box from the one and only Trevor. First and foremost, original
Nice.
Gangsters.
Yeah.
This is one I wanted. Trevor was taunting me, and he went out and found a second copy. So I got the original Gangsters.
That's like an official Wolfpack selection, I think. It's once you've been on like at least 5 pods, like you're an official selection.
Yeah, and if you don't have it at that point, we kick you off. That's if you notice Seth's not here, Peter's not here, Vincent's not here. It's because they don't have an original Gangsters.
That's
So,
right.
I do have a copy of that.
See?
Approved.
I think Peter's got it right. Fred
Moving
again.
on, some more Fred Williamson. 3 days to a kill. I believe this is an unofficial entry into the Bond franchise.
Yeah,
we'll
it's
have to
right
verify
after A
that.
View to a Kill is that one.
Yeah, like they got the view, and then he actually completed the kill.
Exactly.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't the next Bond. We'll see. The odds are not in his favor, though, apparently.
No.
And then adding this to the romance category in my LaserDisc database, getting me up to 5 romance titles. This is number 5.
You got a top
Salsa.
5?
Does that fit into the Lambada universe? Or?
I believe it's the sequel.
Okay.
Again, from Canon Video. It might actually be a prequel because
Is it forbidden?
It is the motion picture.
Okay, so it's not forbidden. Okay.
Yeah, and it's hot. I don't know if you know this. It is hot. So this is
Oh, I get it.
Say it's Dirty Dancing, or doesn't mention Lambada at the top of it.
the hottest movie since Dirty Dancing. This movie moves. Energy that won't quit. There's just lots of quotes and a tagline that's terrible. But I believe this is actually before the Lambada craze. They had already started kicking in on the dance craze movies. And you can probably name all the dance craze movies after this and the Lambada ones. You guys got any of them? Oh, yeah, there's probably not any of them.
It's very nice of her to stop that gentleman from falling down. I mean, she just,
Yeah, I
pulled him
think that's
back
the
up.
romance right there happening. I could be wrong.
Is the romance.
Yeah, I did break 4,000 titles, and I have 5 that are in the genre of romance, so I'm getting there. We can now do a romance special, everyone.
February, here we come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
I got Magic Kid. This is an official Wolfpack selection.
Yes,
You
I
may or
have
may
it.
not see other people with copies of this at some point. Just great stuff. It was sealed, and the guy updated me every time the tracking moved, and it was
Really?
like $7. And I'm like, why are you spending all this time and effort to update me on something that costs $7? Whatever. I'm not going to complain, but it's just a little ridiculous. And the Amityville 2 Possession, or Amityville 2 The Possession. This is the only one I didn't have. I don't know why. I'd gotten all the rest, and they came in collections, and people must not like this one. You guys are going to have to tell me if it's good or not, but...
It's old 80s. The movie or the pressing?
both.
Yeah, it's hot. Hot
Yeah.
mess, but yeah.
It's
You'll
hot.
love it.
It's hot.
Yeah,
Hot mess.
I'm okay with a hot mess. I watched Werewolf back there.
Yes.
That was, oof. Moving on, frogs.
Nice.
I've been looking for this for forever, and it finally came from a place called Japan. I don't know if anyone has heard anything about that.
I've
country.
heard they have the discs there.
Yeah, like apparently LaserDiscs were popular there. So this one I think I got on a auction in probably May because Japan hates me, and it got here in time for October, so that's all that really matters.
That movie's nonstop, just frogs murdering people like all the way through. It's insane.
I believe that's called art.
Yeah, except that doesn't really happen. I think maybe in the last 5 minutes, a frog hops into a room.
Sam kind of spoiled it for me, but I finally tracked down an original of this.
Sick.
Oh.
I had wanted it, and again, it was one of those, this is probably June or something. Like, I feel like I'd been waiting for all these things to come in, and they came in at just the right time. But
Dude.
really excited about this, looking forward to it. And I already got the Blu-ray as well, so, I mean, whatever. It'll be fine.
Dig it.
I got an upgrade here. I had the rig,
Nice.
and I got an auction with the Obi, and I was like, man, this completes my life. Because before, it was a little hazy. Might be because I couldn't see through my hair, but I'm going to blame it on the Obi.
Yeah, you lose so much resolution.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Has anyone heard of this guy? I hear he's good.
Yeah, Ronnie
Not bad.
Jimmy Dio, I think. his
Yeah,
name is.
Dio. This,
Yeah.
Diode.
yeah, I hear that he was in a band, and he did some stuff. But
Yeah, it was like Dark Ritual or I can't
yeah,
remember that bad.
Who
Isn't
knows?
that corn?
He was in Corn. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he was probably in the Corn.
he was the Corn. That's it.
But I picked this up and was really happy to get it here. There's no corner OB, which means I will be able to hear it, but it'll probably be like watching a hologram on stage at this point.
Yep. Nice.
This is Monster Shark.
Ooh.
Again, no Obi, but no one bid against me. And if no one's going to bid against me, I'm going to pick up Monster Shark for nothing. Just
I like how it's got
great.
Jaws like in katakana, like huge on the cover, so you can never get it confused with Jaws.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like Jaws.
That's probably what it says right above it.
Yeah.
This is like Jaws,
If you like Jaws,
like
This
Monster
movie
Shark.
might be like it. I got this common.
Hmm,
oh,
This is
Oh,
a
you got one. Nice.
Fulci
nice.
cool.
fantasy movie. So when we do the top 5 Fulci fantasy, all of us will have to hold up Conquest 5 times. But if you look here, it's got some pretty sweet looking creatures.
Yeah, dude.
This one is not common. I'll leave it at that.
I.e., you paid too much for it.
No, maybe. I got some other metal music.
Yeah, buddy.
I had
Nice.
been wanting one of these, and I didn't want to pay for it, and finally I didn't.
Sick.
So, and it's got the Obi, so I can
Nice.
I can see Lars's tears as I listen to him banging on trash cans or whatever he does.
This is pre-trash cans.
I know.
They're good.
I know. This was like when they had a good bass player and they hadn't started playing with orchestras for cash.
We'll play with orchestras for cash.
I got a couple more upgrades. It was a month of upgrades.
Oh my
So,
god. So
I-
sick.
I had
Damn.
the Beast Wars box set, and it never had an Obi, and the discs were kind of rough. And I was going through it, and I'm like, whatever. And then I finally snagged this, and it had the Obi. And I'm looking at my old set closer, and the third disc was cracked anyways. So it was tragedy, but in tragedy there is triumph. I have this beautiful box set. I can show
Sick.
it off later, but it's got a nice booklet and poster. And no Beast Wars set would be complete without the other one.
Of course.
I got them
Wow.
both. They're both complete. They're just works of art. And I was watching the first one, and the animation, it was like a 98 box. It looks amazing. I mean, the animation is garbage because it was like 1991
Really
CG
CGI.
made for
It
for
was cool
television.
though.
I mean, it was earth shattering and record breaking at the time because they were like pushing the edge for a kids cartoon.
Yeah, nobody
like-
was doing CG at the time.
Yeah, and it was so expensive to do.
Yeah.
Especially for let's just do 20 straight minutes of it. Like,
Right?
But-
Yeah.
but the picture quality on this is fantastic. And if you've ever heard the Japanese Beast Wars theme, it's like a million times better than the US one. Like the US one is cool. The Japanese one just like it's so awesome. And these are bilingual, so it's
Ooh.
got the theme in Japanese all the way through.
Yep.
And then when you get to the show, you have the Japanese on digital, the American, US, English on analog. And it's
Sick.
just a wonderful presentation. It's each jacket has its own like artwork. Like just great. And then there's a booklet as well. So just a phenomenal box set, phenomenal presentation. And I'm just really happy to have upgraded both of mine because they were fine, but well, until I found out the one wasn't. But they weren't perfect and they didn't have the OB, so I was losing that resolution. And then I had one final upgrade because apparently I started buying everything the same. And I know you guys have heard of this.
The Conclusion. I know
It's
that
The
movie.
Conclusion?
Yeah.
Um,
Zombie.
Yes. I was going to say it's a Sandra Bullock movie, but no. And I had one and it had the OB and but it was missing the CD. And so I got one with the
Yeah.
CD. And then I realized you were going to say something, Bill?
I got a question. What's the difference between that one and like the other zombie box set?
It's more expensive.
What side of that?
And the artwork isn't as good.
Does anybody know?
I
I've always
don't
wondered
know. I mean, I set out purposely to watch this month because I'm like, what is the difference? But
Okay.
it's got the CD, so
Yeah.
I never listened to CDs in any of my box sets. In fact, like I got it and I'm like, oh, it's got the CD, great. That'll upgrade. And then I'm like, but I'm never gonna listen to it anyways. Why did I get it? But
Send it to your buddy Sam. I heard that guy wants it.
all right, hit me up after the show. But it also has the hype sticker because
Ooh.
Right.
it's really important. It's like
Very
Muse quality now because it's got
Yep.
a hype sticker on the shrink. So yeah, those are my pickups. For some
Damn.
reason, I'm buying the same things because I ran out of things to get. But I guess we all have our problems. All right, I'm gonna pass it off to Maxine
Max.
here. I had to figure out where we were doing. I don't know.
I got your back. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna show a photo because this thing is too big.
Damn.
So I'll send this photo to you guys
Whoa.
so you can put this. But this is like I just got this. This shipped to me from Japan,
Snap.
and I freaking put a new light inside, and because the light inside was broken, like it was sold broken. So it wasn't that expensive, the actual
Dang.
item, but shipping was ridiculous because this is classic me. Find something I like that's, promotional wise, just completely disregard the size of it and then be completely shocked when it arrives and is ginormous. So yeah, it's literally 5 feet long.
Damn.
It's a freaking ridiculously huge sign.
I just
It's
want to see
so
the person that delivered that to you.
It was UPS, and I was just like, oh my gosh, please don't be broken, because like I knew it was gonna be broken. Like the actual Pioneer part, I was so scared was gonna be broken because the light part I didn't care. I knew I was gonna replace that, so I just got like a light that was just a single LED fluorescent 4-foot one. It literally fit exact. It was from Harbor Freight. It fit exact inside, and it was just like in like an afternoon I had a new light bulb in it that was US power and everything. So
Damn.
super stoked on that. And then in my, I have so much spare time, but I just had to make a new LaserDisc purse.
That's awesome. Oh, it's the catalog.
Catalog.
That's awesome.
There's finally a use for those.
I know, right?
That's right. I know, right? I had like a stupid number of these because I got a bunch of them from the guy who came up with this idea to make the LaserDisc catalog I met this person and he like spearheaded that project. So I had like something like 12 copies of this. So
They do multiply. That's got a heart.
yes, it does. Because love LaserDisc.
That's awesome.
Okay, so now to the fun stuff. So I also got a Japan box besides my giant sign. Got Mutant.
Nice.
I
Damn.
have the US version, but I don't know if this is any better, so I figured I'd compare.
The quote is huge. That's like
I know, right?
up in your grill.
Goodness, right. I also got frogs.
Holy shit.
Nice.
I got a little special lot of some nice little somethings, and this was in there.
Nice.
So I'm excited to see frogs wreak havoc.
Oh yeah, they do.
Now this is wrong holiday, guys, but I had to be prepared. Christmas time.
Christmas T-Rex.
This is so like my thing.
Oh my god.
I love it so much.
Awesome.
Oh my
That
God.
is hilarious. He's got a fucking cape.
I don't know if she's trying to like disguise him as like a grandma or like
Yeah, take him out shopping or something.
I don't know. This is literally sealed. So like
You mean nobody loved that and watched that on repeat? Like Hellraiser?
Did anyone even buy that? If it
Yeah, right.
no. I was like, there's no chance this is gonna be on LaserDisc database. It was with a
Of
photo
course.
even. Like
Damn.
like who has this? So much.
I looked it up once and saw what it was and was like, no.
Yamaha demo, huh?
Yes. This seems really cool. The back's cool because like it has what's the films that are featured, but like it starts, you know.
Oh yeah.
As you spin it, you see them in a different. They face the right direction. All the little covers and things. So
Sick.
it's pretty dang cool. I like the little guitar on it. I love these covers. So
Yeah.
good. Hopefully the demos are cool. There's got a Terminator on it, so that should be cool.
Instant win.
Yes. Abs.
Vibes. Nice.
Nice.
Jeff, two Goldblum films so far.
Yes. I have never seen this. I had heard of this. This had been on my watch list for a while because I love Cyndi Lauper, but never seen it.
It's cheese, but it's fun.
Okay.
It's
I got
something.
hopefully kind of an upgrade vibe to
Mm.
my Hocus Pocus. I love this cover.
Yeah, good graphics.
The US one has classic floating heads, so that seems pretty cool. Okay. Critters 3.
Damn.
Nice.
I have
Nice.
the US one, but love Critters, so.
Where's the Obi?
None of these had them, so still really low picture quality. But
All right, fair enough.
this is the creme de la creme for me.
Ooh.
Been on the hunt for this thing for like a stupid amount of time. I almost got to actually friggin' see it even in 35 millimeter. I bought tickets to it and it was a triple feature and I was just like, I had the like longest day and I could not make it through and I just watched
Ooh.
part of it and then had to go home because it would have been like 2 a.m. by the time this was done. And so I still haven't gotten to see it. I've only ever seen it on like snippets of it on
Damn.
something else I'll show later. But I'm like super excited for this
Yeah, never seen
toothy
that.
grin to enter my life finally.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Great cover.
Yeah.
I'll pass it to Trevor.
Excellent pickups.
Thank you.
This is like the first time I've had the issue of I kind of had too many pickups.
All right, Ryan Jr.
It just kind of, I hadn't been on in a while, and then I'd been buying stuff on eBay. My Broterian box monthly showed up.
Your honey
Yeah.
holes.
I just went to go pick through some discs, and the guy basically made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and took 500 of them when I probably would have bought 30 of them.
Yeah.
Then another little pickup. So we're gonna start with the Broterian box monthly of October is a Shack in steel.
Damn,
got,
that's widescreen.
the
I even
best,
left the price tag on it.
yeah, $2.
Damn.
The best junkyard superhero there is. So,
You could just see the acting quality from his face in that picture right on there. Like,
Heroes
Name a bad
don't come
Shaq
any
movie.
bigger.
Name a bad Shaq movie.
then this right here is an official Wolfpack selection. Magic Kid.
Yes.
Somehow I paid 50 cents less than Ryan, but mine is beat to shit.
damn.
I kind of got screwed. But I
Mine
paid
had-
$6.49 with free shipping.
Mine had like a
So-
little bit of creasing on the edges, but yeah, whatever. I mean,
It's a kids karate movie. I think it's got Flounder in it and Don the
Nice.
Dragon Wilson. So you can't go wrong with that.
Everybody's got a copy.
And then this came out of a little Broterian lot I picked up. We got
yes.
Driving Force.
Oh, so
It's
good.
got Daisy Duke, Sam Jones, and Don Swayze.
Nice.
Like,
Love it.
kind of read like the little synopsis of it, and it's like tow truck drivers in the future, and they kind of like cause wrecks to do this, but it's got Daisy Duke and Don Swayze. You can't go wrong. And just
And
look at
Sam
that cover.
Jones.
Look,
yeah.
Sam Jones.
and Billy Blanks is in it, even though he's not on the cover.
Tybo is in it.
Oh, it's so
Damn.
good.
Hi, Bo.
Another Broterian. We got Walker Texas Ranger.
Gosh.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, sick.
One
Is that the-
Riot, one Ranger.
Is that the pilot or something?
I'm
I
not
think
sure. It's got
it's just
Chuck
a
Norris
movie.
holding a gun on it, so I had to buy it.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris is holding a gun. I purchased it. So,
It's surprisingly rare because it was like 98 and it was made for TV. Like, I think it was like the start of one of the seasons or something.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't find it now because, apparently some idiots keep talking about action movies and
Norris and Hogan.
Hogan, Norris, you name it, and now you can't find them.
a little more Sam Jones.
Ooh.
We got
Nice.
Maximum Force. Look at that explosion. Two guns
Very
Sure.
high quality.
Just
Definitely
checking.
maximum.
there. You can't go wrong. This has everything that a good movie needs.
Did I check my collection, Trevor? Am I missing something?
Oh,
Or
no.
some things?
I don't know. I haven't sent anything to you, have I?
I mean, like,
Wow.
you're just naming movies from my collection at this
Yeah.
point.
He just raided your garage.
I got Bringing Out the Dead. It's my cover's a little different than everybody else's. And it's got Eric Roberts instead of Nick Cage. But I got a really good deal on this. You guys are paying $100 a piece. I got this for like $3. I don't know what you guys are doing.
That's good Scorsese right there.
I got this within the group. I don't know anything about it. It was kind of recommended by the seller. It's called
Ooh.
Doppelganger,
Nice.
starring Drew
Yes.
Barrymore. He
Yes.
kind of described it as similar to a Hellraiser movie. So gave me a good deal. I was buying a couple other things and kind of bundled some stuff together. And I was like, well, I'll take it on your recommendation.
Looks like a Poison Ivy vibe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And then Luke, since he left Japan, I was like, I should grab a couple of these movies that are common to him that I just haven't grabbed. So
Yeah.
I got
Nice.
Japanese Starship Troopers to replace my US copy.
Sick.
And that one doesn't come with rot, so
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Only
then
slightly
also
censored. Oh, dude,
Johnny
JM.
Mnemonic.
nice.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Like I said, one of those, I know it's one of those, I'll just get it from Luke eventually. I'll get it from Luke eventually. He's like, oh, he's
And
in
then now
Japan.
he's
I
here.
was like, okay, let me get some of these commons. But then I also got the new kids.
Nice.
Yes.
Sweet.
No Obi, so I'm going to have Ryan come over and mod my player so I can at least get something out of it.
He does it quick. He's good. His rates are reasonable.
And this came out of that like lot of 500. I was just looking through it to buy
Yes.
for. I've not seen this, but I'm going to end up watching it this month. So it's a vampire movie.
Sick.
And then this is the only Criterion release that I picked up. the Barbarians.
Gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That movie's great.
That's bulk
We
quality.
kind of discussed that the Criterion Collection is seriously lacking in twin bodybuilder movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do a box set, I think, next year.
And then picked up a copy of Mommy.
Oh.
Actually,
Maroon Group.
sold my original copies to Altman, I think 1 and 2. And then I ended up getting Luke a copy for Christmas. And then this popped up cheap. I was like, I might as well replace it. And then another eBay purchase,
Oh, nice.
the Young Poisoner's Handbook.
Oh.
I remember watching this one time on TV and enjoying it. Kind
Yeah,
of
it's
like
cool.
a black comedy. In my head, I remembered similarities to A Clockwork Orange, like in the music and like maybe when he's going to jail, like almost like a copied scene. So I've got to sit down and watch it and see. This is from the lot.
Sick.
Got a sealed Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Great.
That's another one that's just gotten really hard to find. Like
Yeah.
it used to be like all over the place, and people just keep
Oh, yeah.
snapping them up now because they're like, "Oh, I want this."
It looks so good on LaserDisc too.
Yeah, it does.
That's, grab
And
it.
then Ben Affleck
He's
Yes.
the bomb.
Oh my
and
god.
Phantom
Yeah.
Joe.
Nice.
Just saw an eBay purchase. I actually made it quite a while ago, so it's
Mhm.
been sitting here. But I had so much shit, I just kind of started grabbing stuff. I still got 400 or 500 over there sitting over to really look through.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna pass it on over to Bill.
All right. So I haven't been buying too many LaserDiscs this past month. I'm going to be honest. I think it's been about a month since I was on the podcast.
Yeah, it's almost like you're buying a lot of HD DVDs or something.
Yeah, I've been going like real hard on those. They're a lot of fun. They're cheap and there's a lot of cool movies. But I did get some cool scores recently. Some local pickups. This first little group I got from a phenomenal shop up the street from me. Shout out to Wiley Meow. He's over on LaserDisc Forever. He's got the High Energy Vintage shop right up the road from me. He got some really cool discs in. Pro tip, I left a whole bunch of cool ones there that I already had. They were smoking deals, and I was like, I'm going to let some other cool LaserDisc browser grab these,
Okay.
But I got some cool ones myself.
Great
So-
shop. Visit if you're in Boston for sure.
Yeah.
Visit
Say
it
that a
for
Wiley.
sure. Yeah. So grab Wolfen. I don't
Dude.
know how I didn't have this in the collection.
Nice.
Super clean copy. All these discs are just like great shape. And the ones that I got from that little score. Got a copy of Daryl.
Sick.
Ooh.
Yeah. Haven't watched that in real long time actually. I bought this one literally on the cover only. It looks really fun.
Yes.
Star 6.
I saw that
Oh
in the
my
theater
God.
because
Was
we
it
thought it
cool?
was the Abyss. It's
Yeah.
like the Abyss and then Leviathan and then that one, but it's
Yeah.
still worth checking out.
Yeah.
Just
Seems
plus.
Claustrophobic.
And
Yeah,
they came out in that
Seems
order
like-
too.
Yep.
Back in Fangoria, it's like all three of them at the same time were
Yeah.
popping up. Like, oh, here's some pictures of some of the costumes or whatever from there.
Well, I'll let you guys know if I dig it or not.
Yeah, it's still worth a shot, right?
We got.
Yes.
I was a teenage zombie.
Yes.
Nice
I've never seen
jacket.
this. It looks really fun. The soundtrack looks pretty sick, right up my alley.
It's
Nice.
fantastic. Like
Yeah. All right. I've heard. So again, I'll have to let you guys know how I like it. And this is the last one I got from Widley's shop. This has been on my list forever.
Yeah.
I was
Dude, yeah.
so stoked.
Oh.
He was like, "Hey, Bill, I know you've been looking for this one." He hit me up. It was a really good look on his behalf. He gave me a really solid deal. It's a super cherry copy. Really thrilled to have this. It's gonna have to wait until Christmas for me to watch it though.
Nate
Oh, yeah.
release.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, and it is a Nate release. Good call. Yeah. Another local one. I can't give away all my secrets, but this did come also locally.
Dude.
Again, bought on the cover
Ooh.
alone. It's a really
Yep.
cool looking cover. I don't know if the movie's any good, but
Supposed to be.
it's got to be with a cover
Do-
like that. I mean,
yeah.
there's no way it could be bad.
Totally gonna match the intensity of that cover, right?
Yep, no doubt about it. And these last ones came in the mail. They're all pretty fun.
Dude,
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, Isabel here. I don't know what's going on with these redemption movies. They have like these super weird, like
The porno intros.
yeah, the softcore porno intros. Like,
Yeah.
put it on. I was like, wow, they're going for it this early in the movie. I didn't realize it was like an intro.
Yeah, that's their thing.
What's going on here? And then, then the movie started.
It's art.
It's art. That's right.
Art. We've got another one from Redemption, Cold Night of Fear. Also with the wacky intro. The very awkward intro. We got Living Dead Girl.
Nice.
Good French, super gore horror. Pretty cool time.
Awesome.
And
Zombie approves.
That's been on my list for a really long time. Oh, we do have the Obi. I took the sleeve off for glare factor. We've got the Obi too, but Pink Floyd
Nice.
more. I don't know much about this one, but it's been on my radar for a while. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, and I think this is the only one that I didn't have. I mean, I've got one from each region. I don't have a full complete set. Not that big of a fan, but that was the only one that I didn't have. So really
cool.
Excited to check it out. And finally, I got this total turd, actually. It's the world's worst copy of South Park. It is totally beat to shit. It's an ex-rental copy. Super scratches all over. And I got a little overzealous when I bought it. I didn't fully read the description that it was thrashed. The good news is it plays. I buffed it for like an hour while I was listening to some Slayer today on the turntable. And most of the scratches came out.
Damn.
And I scanned through it and fast forward, and it's looking like it's not a lost cause. So that's really cool.
It's impressive that was rented so often that late in LaserDisc life. Like there was maybe like one guy who probably had an LD player still, renting that every weekend.
Pictures from the auction for the podcast. The seller did get great pictures. They were very honest about it. I was just I had blinders on.
You're just like, South Park, bye.
I woke up to notification, look what I got, and I'm like, and then I'm reading the description. I'm like, dude, did you read the description at all?
I just can't even be mad about it. So
it's awesome. I'm just jealous. I'm just the jealous guy in the corner,
it's
plotting your demise.
It looks like it might skip a little in a couple parts, and there's a few lines. The tracking lines will go down when you have a deep scratch in it. But
damn.
Then that, I'll probably be able to watch it, which is cool.
It evens out. We find out that you got all this noob luck back in the day, getting RoboCop 2 for $15. So
I didn't even know. I looked back on LaserDisc database. I was really good like that when I started off. I mean, I've been collecting for about 2.5 years now, pretty seriously, I'd say. And RoboCop 2 is one of the first 100 discs I picked up. I'm about 1,300, 1,400 discs in the collection total, and thancfully, eBay still had all the sales records, and I didn't even know what I bought. I was just like, "Oh, cool, RoboCop!" And it turned out it was this ultra rare version of the widescreen. And it was $16.99.
That's the right price.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm happy to have that one.
That's definitely what they're asking now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Any copy
out of zero.
Definitely $16.99.
Sorry, you just redeemed yourself then. All the kids are going to be envious of you now.
Yeah.
They've forgotten about South Park.
Sometimes you get duds, sometimes you get really hooked up.
Exactly. Well, excellent.
That's it for pickups.
Nice pickups, everybody. All right, so we're going to rock into recent spins. Let me grab mine. We are keeping it in the spirit of the season and doing horror-related spins, obviously. So I decided to make everybody happy and watch VHS Plus garbage only.
Oh, yes.
Nothing widescreen.
Yes.
Sadly, 2 of these actually have a decent transfer. I tried to get horrible looking ones, so I apologize. But yeah, the first up is Mr. Frost, which I showed in my pickups. I'd been waiting to get this for so long, I had to fire it up. I caught this on probably VHS way back in the day.
Wow.
And it never does recover from the intro because the intro is just so insane. It's like these kids, it's very British. It's like a French film, but shot in England for part of it. And these kids break into Jeff Goldblum's house because they know he's got some Aston Martins and stuff. And they find bodies in his house. And this a cop comes to visit him, and he's like, "Yeah, these kids say they saw some bodies," and he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah." And he's just totally nonchalant about it, and it's so creepy. And you're like, "This guy is gonna get killed." Jeff Goldblum is the most insane in any movie I've ever seen. He's the most Jeff Goldblum-y. He's the weirdest dude, and eventually he gets captured and doesn't talk to anybody for years. And goes into this insane asylum, and this one doctor is the only person he'll talk to, and he tries to convince everyone that he's pretty much the devil. And so you don't know if he's insane or if he really is a supernatural being. So yeah, it's great. Sadly, it starts off letterboxed and it gets you all psyched, and then it goes into a really, really badly framed 4:3. In fact, like some of the left side is cut off. People's faces are kind of like cut in half sometimes. So good job, telecine engineer. No extras or anything, and it's from Image Entertainment. But they didn't put the crappy LaserDisc logo on the jacket, sadly.
They were embarrassed.
They were. Then
Todd needs to get fired.
I had to follow that up with another satanic film. Fired up The First Power with Lou Diamond Phillips as this kind of douche cop, and he plays by his own rules, and he is. I mean, it almost starts as the second part of a movie. Like all this stuff just happens. This nun just roams into a room and just starts talking to like a bunch of, Catholic priests and cardinals and stuff. She's like, yeah, the Satan's here and he's killing people, and then it just cuts to this guy. Like he's been chasing the satanic killer. Like he figures out his pattern, like all the stuff that happens in like 45 minutes beyond in a movie happens in the first 5 minutes. So the rest of it is just him with Melanie Griffith's sister trying to kill this guy. And it's the guy, what's his name? Jeff Kober. He's the coolest. I could probably see his face. He's been in like a lot of stuff like X-Files and stuff like that. He's the killer. It's got one of the most iconic scenes in a horror movie where, of course, it sucks because this isn't really a very bloody movie. It's just mostly cool supernatural Satan powers and lots of jumping and leaping and throwing and stuff. But he gets caught against this guy in the hallway of this apartment complex, and the guy loses his weapon, so he just reaches up and pulls a ceiling fan off the ceiling and just holds it vertically as this spinning weapon, and then he doesn't kill anybody with it. So I'm like, come on, he went through all that trouble. It could have been like Peter Jackson level awesome, but it's still it's a pretty fun movie, and Jeff Kober is amazing in it, and yeah, it's got a pretty badass ending, and then it messes it up with the stupid gotcha ending that doesn't really make any sense, but whatever. And then I had to get all vampire-y because I was scared of Satan. I had to move on, and I fired up Tale of a Vampire, which is a very art housey flick. My parents actually bought this for me. Punchout. That's how you know it's quality. You can tell by the Punchout. Oh wait, no, it's over there. Yeah, they bought this clearance at Tower. It's got Julian Sands in it, and he's not the warlock, but he's just this super emo vampire guy. It's got some Edgar Allan Poe stuff in the story. It's made by the Japanese filmmaker who moved to London to study film there, and it was like video at first, so part of it shot on video, and then he got money to add some 35 millimeters, so it's like a weird mix of stuff. But yeah, it's got the evil Dr. Chenard from Hellbound, Ken Cranham, and Susanna Hamilton. She's the one he kind of stalks. It's got a lot of like Twilight-y stuff before Twilight, but actual blood and things like that, and no sparkling. He just hangs out in this occult library and just reads all day. That's his thing. He studies stuff. And of course, the guy from Hellbound comes and decides he's got to kill him and all this stuff. It is super languid is the word you would use. So if you watch it and you are not completely awake, you will fall asleep. It is very, very, very slow. And then I had to keep it all bitey with Blood Ties, which,
Nice.
Sad to say, looks really good on LaserDisc. This was a Fox television pilot, and I actually watched this and taped this the night it aired. And then if you ever saw the Kindred, the Embraced, that show they did based on a role-playing game years later, this kind of beat it by like 4 or 5 years. I don't know why it didn't get picked up, because it's like a Melrose Place kind of thing, but with vampires. It's got this dude who's a journalist, and he's hanging out with this one prosecutor who gets pissed off that these local Lost Boys kids, get off on all these crimes they do. And then you realize it's because they're part of this Carpathian American family. And they get really angry if you call them vampires, because that's racist, they say. And yeah, it's just way fun. And it's got this guy who looks like Abraham Lincoln. He's part of this group that knows there's vampires out there, and he's killing them. And Jason London plays the victim, or the victim's son. This guy kills his parents, and he goes to move to Los Angeles, and ends up hanging out in like Long Beach area a lot. Yeah, the was it the Queen Mary's in the background the whole time, and yeah, it's got a lot of good locations, and it's just fun, and yeah, vampire sex and all sorts of fun stuff. Blood ties,
New Horizons,
yeah, and Image, so you know it's good, and
double quality right there,
and Punchout, so you know. So surprise, surprise, back in the 90s, kids, people wanted to buy Star Wars and Terminator 2, and this was what they would call hot steaming shit in the clearance bin. So, speaking of hot steaming shit in the clearance bin, Midnight Kiss is up next. This is great because it looks like this total bodice ripper, like Red Shoe Diaries thing. I don't know who the hell these people are. I love that they spent the entire budget on this tattoo art. It's nothing like that. It's this straight to video thing with this guy. I gotta show him. This dude here is like, he's really overacting. He's down there too. He's just this kind of like butt rock dude. He was actually supposedly in a band with a dude from Hollywood Rose. That was like his claim to fame. And like none of the people in this thing ever went on to do any movies except for like the police captain. Anyways, this woman is always dressing up as a prostitute to try and catch rapists and killers. And it has one of the coolest scenes early on. One, this dude, because you think this is going to be like now the first Power and not a lot of blood, he overacts like crazy, and he thinks he's really, really cool. And like, I don't know, like he's like kind of half Tom Cruise in Interview with the Vampire mixed with, something out of Lost Boys or something, but he's just nowhere near, or Bill Paxton. He's totally ripping off Bill Paxton from Near Dark too. But he blows a dude's head off point blank with a shotgun, and it's got close up of all the viscera and everything. And it's like, whoa, for a straight to video cheap ass movie, this is pretty cool. The effects are great, and it's super, super bloody. But it's got this awesome bit right away where these two cops are on the side. It's like the worst exposition dialogue ever. Like she rolls up with her ex, and they're like, oh, there she is with the guy who just divorced her recently. What'd she think of that? I don't know, but now she's working a different beat because of it. And do you think she likes that? And like, they all know her. They work with her. There was no way they would ever be talking about this stuff. It's got a killer training montage that rules. It's got everything you need. It's got, blood, training, and Midnight Kiss. I watched that. What have you been watching, Ryan?
Wow. I think you watched more shit than I did.
I had to bring it.
Man, so I'll start it off with some shit. I did not read what this movie was about at all. And it's straight up not really horror at all. I mean, a little bit, because it's a women in prison film. And it's chock full of women in prison. There's a straight up shower fight scene where there are no clothes and lots of bushes, and my God, like the plots, they kill her mom and her, or try to kill her, and they don't succeed, so she gets sent to prison, and oh my God, it's all over the place. But I just remember like scene after scene of naked women. So if you're looking for that movie, thumbs up.
That's a poster quote.
If you're looking for horror, it wasn't that scary. Just lots of women in prison. So I watched The Guardian.
Tree demon.
Yes. So this has a tree demon chick who also gets naked, but in like small doses that kind of really don't make sense. Like, for example, it's about this tree demon who tries to like steal children from their parents. She becomes like a nanny and then like takes them to the tree to like sacrifice to like live off of them. And like there's a scene where like she's like naked with the people's baby in a bathtub. I'm like, what? This is totally unnecessary. Did not want to see that. It was just really creepy. And but it was okay. Yeah. Had a pretty good ending. Lots of like good action horror at the end. And there was a chainsaw, so gets points for that. So that one was enjoyable. This next one,
chainsaws always help.
Oh yeah, totally.
The Trevor metric scale chainsaws elevate your film.
Was there a chili cook-off?
There was no chili cook-off. I'm sorry. That's in the sequel to Guardian 2 on DVD, coming next month to Dollar Tree. I watched Grimm. So
Hmm.
I did not read anything beyond "This is no fairy tale." I'm like, oh, this is like some kind of maybe fish creature or something. Has nothing to do with that. So these people discover that like there's some creature, or there's these caverns underneath their house, and there's some kind of creature down there, and they get trapped, and then the creature starts picking them off, and the costume was not good.
Oh,
The acting not good. It was fine for a horror flick. Like if you have it or you find a copy and you want to put it on, you'll enjoy it for it just being a crappy horror film. But it did not win any awards. A couple more. I watched Blackula. This is
Nice.
fantastic. I really enjoyed this. Nice HBO video. It's got a disco dancing scene.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
buddy.
It's so perfect.
Wow.
It's so era appropriate. There are a couple of word choices that would not fly today, but we'll give it a pass because of the era and 1972. So you can kind of imagine what was going on. But the dialogue was pretty great for basically a black Dracula. Like that's the whole setup and gist of the movie, and he's trying to get his this lady who he thinks was his long lost lover, and the hijinks ensue. So I really recommend it. It was funny. It was entertaining. It was not scary. Did not need to be scary, but it was fun. And then last but not least, I watched Return of the Living Dead 3. This is pretty great. It's definitely a departure from the first two.
Yeah.
But this chick, like, that is just a great scene when she transforms and just goes nuts. And the cover has more clothing than she did. But just a good horror film, I think. And I do like that they gave like kind of a background and origin. I haven't seen the last two. I hear they're just awful. But I do have also this sweet director signed photo that it came with. So
Damn.
cool little piece. Highly recommended beyond just the first two, and actually one of the reasons why I didn't pick those for top 5, because I'd be talking about one of them later on. So all right, Maxeene.
Okay. So I watched 2 at my laser place and forgot to bring them back with me.
Oh no.
So I have 2 out of the 4 that I watched. So I'll just pretend I'll give you a photo. But I'll pretend
Yeah, send me a photo. I'll put it over.
Yeah. I watched Alien Nation.
Nice.
Figured it was an alien movie, but like that was more like a buddy cop movie, and I was
Yeah,
a little
sci-fi cop.
surprised by that.
Like,
I really liked it. It was really cool. I'd never
good.
seen it before.
So was it not
Yeah.
a women in prison flick?
Not this time.
There was
Yeah, I'll
hardly
watch the-
any women in that film. Like now that I think about it, it was like that was a very male-dominated film.
Alien
And it was-
sausage fest.
Yeah, James Caan and his like, oh gosh, so the whole thing is like it's set in the very far future of 1991, and it's like all these aliens landed in some pod, and they basically are like, well, they're here, so gotta assimilate and like
Get to
let 'em
work.
be part of the world now. They're here. We gotta do something about it. So everybody's becoming, and so it's like a little bit of time goes by and everybody's starting to kind of incorporate into the world, and it's like there's the bad guy aliens and like bad guy regular dudes, and then cop guy and cop alien, and so like cop alien, a cop that doesn't like aliens, and then they become like best friends. But the cop alien, okay, so all the aliens get like named like they would, like when everybody was immigrating, and they kind of just gave names. So the cop guy's name is Sam Francisco.
Yep.
And I just thought that. And he's like, no, I cannot call you Sam Francisco. Like, I cannot introduce you as Sam Francisco. I'm calling you George. Like,
And it's Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride playing him, so even
oh my,
cooler.
is it Really? I did
Yeah.
not. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that.
Because he's got a big goofy head.
Yeah, I know. That's wow. That's really blowing my mind. Cool. That's so cool. That just upped it for me. I really did enjoy it. But yeah, it had like crazy explosions and just like big, bad guys doing crazy stuff with like drugs. And so yeah, it was high quality with aliens. So
Don't they drink bad milk? Isn't that their drink of choice?
Yeah, they get drunk on spoiled milk.
Love it.
It's so funny. And then the other one I watched was Dr. Cyclops.
Mm.
And
think I've seen that.
I had never seen that. It's an encore edition, and I was just thinking, I'm going to get into encores this year. That's on my list of things.
Those are
to watch.
nice.
Yeah, and I really liked the cover of it. It looked really crazy, but it's kind of this weird, like, just like guy who has bad vision, and then he's like in the jungle by himself, and he basically like needs something to be read or like clarified, but he's there alone because he's doing experiments. So he gets this like, and this is all like set in, I believe, like probably like 40s or 50s. I'm not positive, but he just like gets this crew of other scientists to come to his place just to like legit read the piece of paper, and then he just like says, "You can leave," and they're like, "We traveled like 12,000 miles, like we're not just gonna leave." Like, it was so weird, but yeah, it was a very, very odd film. I don't know how I fully feel about it still. So that one was an interesting one. But these two, I'll show this one first. These I watched to kind of get myself in the mood for spooky season. And this one's really cool. This is introduced by, or it has like kind of segments. I kind of feel like maybe this was a TV thing, but it has Jamie Lee Curtis as the host.
Nice.
And it goes through like all these different like Psycho, and she shows like the Psycho house at the Universal Studios lot.
Yeah, I
and,
remember
like,
seeing that back in the day. All right.
This is super cool, and like it goes through like a ton of the trailer portions of things. So I love to see trailers. So this is totally my vibe, and this is like one of the better ones that I've seen besides this one, which is my favorite because it's just so quirky that it's a literal VHS on LaserDisc.
Great cover too.
It's so silly because it's called Terror on Tape.
On disc.
And so the whole concept of this is it's kind of like there's a skit that starts with like this video store owner, and everything's VHS tapes. So it's a video store owner, kind of like crazy, like mad doctor kind of guy, and he's running the store, and he's got this little box that he keeps like opening but won't let you see inside. And then random people come in and they say like what they're looking to rent. And then he like starts to, he turns like a TV towards them and like lets them like watch some of something to see if they want to rent it. And then that's what you get to see is the things that he's supposedly showing to them. And like this one very mousy man comes in and he's like, "It's too scary, I can't take it." And he just like bones out and doesn't rent anything. And then this really creepy construction worker guy comes in and rents like 17 films, and he's like, "Thanks." Like it's just like, it's quirky and funny, and this has a lot of scenes from Deadly Spawn in it.
Oh, snap.
So you get to see a lot of little sneak peeks of things. It also has Vampire Hookers, Blood Tide, Kathy's Curse, which is wild looking, Madhouse Mansion, Frozen Scream, Color Me Blood Red, which the actual trailer of that is very crazy. City of the Walking Dead, Suicide Cult, Scalps, some crazy ones on here. But yeah, it's a I believe Japanese only one, and
nice.
It's so quirky to see VHS on a LaserDisc cover.
Any chainsaws or chili cookouts?
Ooh, I want to say chainsaws. This has,
right.
I mean, it has the goriest scenes for
I know
sure.
you're talking.
Yeah. This is like literally pure goriest segments on this. That's like what they're. It's not really trailers like the other one is.
Nothing but money shots. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
It's actually an advertisement for the Continental Home Video Library. It's all of their releases. They just
Oh.
like packaged it into this like trailer movie to try and like dupe you into, oh, these are all really good.
Diabolical.
And
Oh,
it's
neat.
literally an advertisement, but it's a fantastic advertisement.
Yes, it is. And I love advertising things. Like I love advertising, so
Perfect.
it's awesome. Trevor, what'd you watch?
Oh, I'm slipping one in here that doesn't really follow the theme, but
Oh no.
I did legit watch this, and it's pretty cool. There's not much to see here. So
Ooh.
the United Artists Theaters preview disc.
Nice.
So it would show like 2 movie trailers, then CNC Music Factory singing a Coca-Cola theme.
Any
and
missing
then,
kids?
No missing kids.
All right, good.
No, but at the concession stand, if you bought large popcorn and 2 medium Cokes, they gave you a cassette tape with
Really?
Coke pop music on it.
Oh, dude,
God.
I actually remember that.
That's so cool.
So it's from '91, so it's got
That's so
like City
cool.
Slickers, Terminator 2, 101 Dalmatians,
Wow.
Point Break. But
Nice.
it's just like a blind buy. It was cheap on eBay, so I just really wanted to see what was on it, so I bought it.
You had me at CC Music Factory.
Yeah.
And it's not just one of their hits. Like, they actually wrote
Deep
a
cut?
song for
Oh,
Coke.
snap.
That's so cool.
Nothing like
I watched this
shamelessly
one.
selling out.
Yeah.
Based on it had to be early because it still had the girl and the guy, and it was still so that means they paid that chick that was actually doing the real singing to sing this Coke commercial,
Nice.
and for the other girl to act like she was singing it.
Yeah.
I watched this based on a recommendation from our Canadian friend Garth,
Oh, dude,
Yes.
Layer of the White Worm.
that is insane.
The weird one.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd never seen it. He's like, "Oh, you got to watch it. It's awesome." And it's like, I don't know if I'd call it awesome. It was a movie.
Well, it's got Hugh
I
Grant,
swear
man.
I watched the whole thing, but I don't know exactly what happened because it's kind of like all over the place. But it's got Hugh Grant and
Amanda Donahoe.
see that?
Crazy.
I mean, watch it. Based on Garth. Garth likes it.
I'd like it too.
I've got a weird, it's either Hong Kong or Singapore version of that one. It's got a super funky cover. I'll pull that out and
Nice.
this next one. It's crazy. You guys got to see it.
And then this came out of that lot, just something I hadn't seen. And The Prophecy with Christopher
Classic.
Walken.
Nice.
And
Good flick.
Yeah.
I think I like this one. Viggo Mortensen was pretty cool. He comes in last quarter of the movie.
He was
Pretty
awesome.
cool character, has some good lines. Christopher Walken playing
Yeah, he
Gabriel
was.
the Angel. It's pretty much always just Christopher Walken playing whatever it is.
Yep.
But this is worth it. Not bad. It was it's a widescreen one. That lot I got had a lot of widescreen versions of movies that I didn't have.
Nice.
And
It's,
same with this one.
Oh,
madness
let's say
real
Bill's
quick.
got a special.
Just because it's the weirdest cover I've seen in a long time.
So fring.
And then
great.
Hugh Grant's like, it looks like a karaoke disc or something.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Oh my god.
See,
Wow.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry, I just had to go get that real quick because it's too much.
Garth would like that one twice as much.
Yep.
And, I watched The Wishmaster.
Nice.
I watched this last night, my first horror movie of October, because the other ones were pretty much watched last week. But, I actually liked this. It was there's a lot of very good special effects at the beginning and then at the end, because it's like it's a Wishmaster's a genie, make 3 wishes. Wishmaster always tries to screw you over on your wishes.
Those damn
So it's like,
genies.
oh,
Yeah.
astonish me. Well, he astonishes the guy by making crazy shit happen. So it's like, let's throw 35 different special effects on people and turn this person into a lizard, this person into glass, set this person on fire. And it's like, there's just 10 minutes of crazy special effects.
Wow.
You get that at the beginning and the end. But the movie is good. Like I said, I'm actually interested to watch the other ones. I'm sure they go downhills. I think they're like all straight to video.
Just remember, that's for sale only, so you can't rent that to your friends. It says right on the cover, for
Oh,
sale
yeah.
only.
Right.
I like
You
that.
can borrow it. for
Yeah, you
$5.
can borrow it. It's okay.
Then I watched some Rotarian action horror
Mm.
and Deep Rising.
Ooh, that's for sale only too.
This movie is great. You got Treat Williams, Famke Janssen, but seeing this, I flipped past it, not knowing like, oh, it's some crazy action movie. But then I kind of read the thing, synopsis of it, and it's like, oh wait, this is a horror movie. It's bloody. There's tons of action. Like, as a quick thing about it, it's kind of like Alien, but on a cruise ship. There's
Ooh.
a giant octopus monster thing that attacks this cruise ship. They're like these special forces, not special forces, more like mercenary bad guys that are already on their way over there to do some bad shit on the ship. But Treat Williams, the hero, our hero,
The hero we need.
is the hero we need, is the man that gets him to the ship. He's like the boat captain. But tons of blood, tons of shooting, lots of stuff blowing up, tentacles, and you get to see tentacles, and you don't have to watch half-naked cartoon teenage girls. So it's got, I don't mind those tentacles, so go ahead and watch Deep Rising.
All right, so it's like Under Siege with tentacles. Got it.
And I'll pass it on to Bill.
Cool.
Sweet.
Thanks, Trevor. Yeah, I just want to co-sign that Deep Rising. That movie, so cool. Love it, love it, love it. It's a great time. So for my spins, the first one, I guess it's technically a comedy. I'm gonna make the case this is actually a horror movie. This is a revenge flick. We got
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, my
this
friend.
is a really cool movie. It's about some like punkers that decide they got to go out to California and just reboot life basically because life in New York sucks. And on the way, they run into some good old boys, and one of them just gets like killed in cold blood. It's like really messed up, and these two dudes make it their like mission to get revenge, and it's pretty awesome. It's by Penelope Spheres as well. She directed it. Wayne's World, Decline of Western Civilization fame. It's a cool movie, really cool movie. I'm happy to own it, and the soundtrack kicks ass on it. It's all new wave and punk and really good stuff. So check it out if you've never seen it. This next one I'd never seen until recently. Definitely a horror movie. The Stepfather. This movie is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's about this dude that's just obsessed with the American family, the perfect American family. And the family, well, the movie opens up with him cleaning up after a murder scene. He just took out his whole family. And he skips town and changes his name, changes his look, and like picks up a new family. And they're slowly starting to get on his nerves, and he's slowly starting to snap, and they're figuring it out that he's been doing this, going family to family, and it comes to a crazy head at the end. It's a really cool one. It's a thriller horror. And they followed it up. They actually followed it up twice. There's 3 of them. I have to check out the exciting conclusion, Act 2 of this. I'm only done with Side A, but basically he doesn't get killed in the first one, you find out. And,
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you didn't know, because he's on the cover. And
He's on there.
still alive. He wakes up in an insane asylum, and he, tricks his way out of there, and now he's a marriage counselor, and he's like snooping on people that aren't doing like the perfect American family pursuit, and those become his victims. That's a pretty cool one.
You got more money for poster art too. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah. That's one of the ones that the sequels pretty solid entry too. A lot of sequels they just instantly fall off. They got the original Stepfather to do the jam, and it's done pretty well. I recommend, based on what I've seen. I got to finish it still. This one actually also came from that really nice
Dude.
set of discs I got from Mr. Wiley down at High Energy Vintage. We've got Watchers with Corey Haim. Who doesn't love a super smart dog? You know, this one's got like a pretty cute dog in it, and he's just like, you know, the smartest dog in the world because he came out of this like lab, and this monster came out of this lab, and it's trying to get the dog, and just hell's breaking loose in this little town. And it's got Corey Haim. It's a really fun time. It's crazy. It almost feels like a kid's movie in a way, but then there's just like gruesome kills in it. It's really strange in that regard. But if I was ever to do a drive-in, I think that would be like my opening double feature. We're gonna do the Lost Boys followed right by with, the Watchers. I think we go pretty much hand in hand.
I'd go to your drive-in, Bill.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Where do I find this drive-in?
Yeah, can we go?
Yeah, it's in my backyard.
Can I drive up
And
there?
finally, I've seen this in not in its entirety. I keep like picking it up, putting it down. I finally sat down and watched it start to finish. Love this series. This almost made my top 5 for the franchise, but it's action horror.
Yeah.
More on the action side than the horror side, but it's still really cool. The Maniac Cop busts out and just kills random people like Jason style, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
But it's a good one. We've got Maniac Kate in it. She's you know, she's pretty ruthless. And of course the Maniac Cop returns. But yeah, we've got Robert Davi in it.
Yeah.
And we've got Zadar in there again, part 3. You know, much respect when there's multiple sequels and they still have the original people in it. So that's a cool one. Check it out if you've never seen it.
Yeah,
Nice.
number 3's hard to find too.
It's very difficult. I scoped it in a flip through video that some guy had. He's like, hey, there's this like huge lot my friend is selling at a flea market. Anybody want anything? And I saw it in like the corner of the video. And I sent him a message. It's like, hey man, this one looks like, you know, is that Maniac Cop 3? Like, what's up? And we ended up making a deal on it, and really happy I got it. It's not in the best shape, but to your point, you don't see it very often. So just happy to have it.
Yeah, you scoped me on mine, so like, that was the only time I'd seen it recently.
Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Excellent viewing choices. And everybody, you guys, except for Ryan, because he watched a bunch of movies that weren't horror movies. He got fooled by those covers.
I mean, they were, except hell, kind of. It had hell in the title. Come on.
I've always seen Hellhole. I'm like, man, that cover looks cool. I should pick that one up.
Right?
But yeah, hey, thanks for the heads up.
Well, just don't watch it expecting a horror movie.
Yeah.
Looks like a Hostel movie or something. And then,
Yeah.
And don't watch Werewolves expecting a horror movie, because it was just bad werewolf costumes from Party City.
Gosh.
I always confuse the cover of Hellhole with Dead and Buried, which is a great movie.
Oh,
Dead and Buried
fantastic movie.
rocks.
Yeah. But the covers are super similar on there. The needle and
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, good job, everybody. We're going to bite down and tear into a little mailbag action next. Hopefully you guys are ready. You ready to put your thinking caps on?
No, we
Sure.
didn't prepare. Come on.
All right. Yeah, we should put a disclaimer. You guys are asking us for stuff. You get what you get. It might be good information. It might be bad information. So, there's no guarantee on the quality of the knowledge we're going to drop on you. But we got a lot of questions in from the YouTube viewers. Again, as Ryan said earlier, we love you, YouTube viewers. You're the coolest. And Dane69 asks, hi, this one's going to be probably going to Bill. Can you eliminate crosstalk and how?
Generally speaking, you can. It's going to require calibration of your player. A lot of times it has to do with the tilt. That's, the up-down action of the whole laser mechanism. It tilts up and down in relation to the warps on the disc. So it can always keep, accurate tracking. There's other portions of the mechanical adjustment on the laser too. Tan adjustment, there's coarse and fine on there that essentially center up the laser beam with what it's trying to track. So yeah, if those are a little bit out of whack, it's going to start picking up the next track over. Hence the name crosstalk. It's getting a little bit of a piece of the next one over, which you see weird shapes with it and patterns on the screen. I guess I shouldn't say shapes, but yeah, it's like a visual noise distortion that you'll observe. So generally can be corrected. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's just the player is doing the best it can.
Yeah, some of those Technodisc releases have a lot of crosstalk in it, and
Yep, inherent right in the pressing too. That's the other. Yep.
and yeah, I mean, back in the day, I never knew the difference between CAA and CLV. Like there was an earlier version of CLV, basically, which is actual CLV that had crosstalk problems, and then they came out with the constant constant whatever acceleration, constant angular acceleration, and that they just said, well, we'll call this CLV from now on. And the old version of CLV like has bad crosstalk, and some of the the pressers were like, nope, we're not changing, we're just going to keep rolling with this.
It's working.
It's working, yeah. But yeah, you see that like
player.
yeah, it's your player, man. It's not our discs. But yeah, you'll see that weird. They call it like a herringbone pattern a lot of times, like a weird kind of like. Yeah, you'll know it when you see it. Look it up. Well, maybe I'll try
to actually correct it is with one of the Pioneer calibration discs. There's
a frame for that.
Yep, it's a black bar that goes right down the center of the screen with white on both sides of it. And if you're picking up crosstalk, the frame before it's going to have the bar on the left-hand side of the screen. The frame after it's going to have on the right-hand side of the screen. Well, if it's picking up a little bit of the frame before or after, you're going to start to see those herringbone patterns you're talking about on one side or the other, depending on where the laser is in relation to where it should be.
Yeah. I've got one thing, and I need more people to watch their U.S. copies of Eraser if they're not rotted. I've had at least 3 or 4 copies of Eraser that are rot-free from the U.S., but they always have herringbone patterns. I could have had all warped ones, always in that scene where they're on the jet towards the end of side A, and like right before Arnold like lands in that junkyard or whatever, and like that whole scene where there's lots of him hanging outside the plane or whatever, and guys flying out. All that stuff is like wicked bad crosstalk on every single copy I have. So I need some more people to watch it and let me know if it's just something in the pressing, or if I just have lots of warped copies.
So you can get a Japanese pressing.
Yeah, so that's we tell people this all the time because they're like, my disc is busted, and we're like, is it warped? And they're like, does it do it at the end of side A? And they're like, yeah. You're like, maybe you should put it on a real flat surface and see if it's actually warped or not. And they're like, oh yeah, my disc is warped.
Yep.
And then also next up, this is a big philosophical one, so hopefully you guys will have some some good information here. Genre Online asks, I've been having a crisis of faith and was wondering if I could perhaps ask the panel, and yes, you can, why they love LaserDisc, and with the fact that LD players require upkeep, lots of accessories to make the picture quality approach, higher quality, even if it's futile, are we wasting our money? I don't know. What Ryan, are you wasting your money?
No. I mean, I don't think they take that much upkeep. I think it's just taking care of something and upkeep are 2 different things. Keep your player on a flat surface. Don't stack a bunch of crap on it unless you know how you're, handling it. Don't smoke by your players. Don't smoke in your house. I mean, honestly, when it comes to electronics, little things can just help a lot. Keep your temperatures consistent. Keep the humidity down. And, it sounds weird, but use your player semi-regularly, once, twice a week.
Yes.
Don't let it sit. When things sit, they tend to have problems. So, I mean, and then as for spending a lot, I mean, I enjoy these movies, and there's still stuff you can get on LaserDisc you can't get elsewhere. Different audio cuts, you name it, different versions. So yeah, I mean, I don't see it as a waste, but to each is their own. And if you're really bummed about it, I hear that Netflix has great audio.
Do they?
No.
Hey, they got 5.1 at least, right?
With a sound bar.
You have to have a sound bar to get that full 5.1. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. What about any other characters? Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to give up on LaserDisc because
No,
I mean,
I'm
you guys
all
are
in
in for the long haul. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I haven't seen a Blu-ray yet, so I'm
Yeah.
all in on LaserDisc. I literally, someone asked if they were crazy for having multiple films of the same film, like multiple copies of the same film on different formats, and I was like, maybe I'm the only one here, but if I even have like a film that was on LaserDisc and then I get it on LaserDisc, whatever the other version of it is, whether that's VHS or DVD, is gone. Like, see ya. Like, I'm not keeping that. So, like, it's literally like I have space for one format, and I love this format. It is warm, and it is nice, and it feels like film, and you can enjoy a weird side break that, like, when do you get that anywhere else? Like, some people may see that as a weird thing, but I literally love watching half of a movie and knowing, like, how slow a film is by when you've gotten to the side flip and you're like,
Oof.
what, did any action even happen yet? You know, like, I use that, like, as a parameter of some things. So, I mean, overall, like player maintenance, and, you know, I completely agree with Ryan, like, humidity and heat and temperature are definitely a big thing. And, like, if you're comfortable, your disc, your player, everything else is comfortable. Like, like,
Yep.
keep it like your temp, like, and just, you know, obviously don't let it get all dusty either. Dust is a killer. And cat hair or dog hair, like, keep it clean. And, you know, I completely agree. Watch him semi-regularly, and I mean, I watch him all the time, so it's not a
Yeah, if you
problem.
don't use that player that often, like the first time you fire up, you're going to get that U1 code. It's going to have a hard time with the loading belt. And just, yeah, it's just because you don't use it enough. Like, keep it going. Yeah.
Vacuum your house.
Yeah.
Vacuum your
I
house.
think collecting these, it's as cheap or as expensive as you want to make it. I mean, and I just showed you whatever 15 movies I picked up. All those ones I watched, I just picked up. I got maybe $150 invested in that. You know what I mean? Because I bought in lots. I picked up some good deals, and $60 of that was probably on 3 of those movies, and the other ones I maybe got 90 invested in. And I'm a movie first, format second person. I'll watch my LaserDisc. I watch shit on my phone. I don't care. I just watch whatever. But there's no philosophical thing. I don't feel like I'm wasting it because now I own these and I like them. And like I said, you're not wasting your money if you're enjoying it. You know?
You're always going to have ski school, man.
Yes.
Or ski patrol, where it's disc around.
Yep.
Find another copy. I dare you.
All right.
Well, let me know if you find that other copy.
No, we will. You're next on the list.
Yes. Hey, I gotta say, for me, in terms of like player maintenance and keeping them going, it's a very zen-like approach. Like, you guys all know, I have a lot of players that come through, and I love checking them all out and, like, tinkering with them. And, every one of them, I inspect the mechanics on it, make sure nothing's broken, make sure everything's, not out of whack. Everything gets a nice, re-grease where needed, a new belt, always a nice cleaning on the laser, and if needed, an update on the calibration. And I don't know, there's just something unique about that you don't get with other formats. There isn't any such thing as like tuning your Blu-ray player, calibrating the laser on that. It's a sealed unit. That's that. It's either working or it's not working. It's not working, you throw it in the trash and you get a new one.
Yeah.
Electronics are from that era are just, there's something I don't know, special and unique about them. Service manuals that you can actually fix shit with, not just replace the board, call up to the service center and we'll send you a new board. Like, no, they give you like the whole schematic, and like, if there's parts available, you'll keep that thing going forever. So I don't know, there's something enjoyable, at least for me, about that from the maintenance perspective. And yeah, like you guys said, once they're in a good standing state, they haven't been abused, they've been well cared after, used periodically throughout their life, they're solid machines, and they're going to keep going.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Just, I mean, not everyone has to delve in and solder like crazy like Bill, but I mean, it helps if you're friends with him. That definitely opens up some opportunities and some doors for you. But just cracking that lid open and getting comfortable with the basic stuff. And we talk about this in LDF all the time, just helping dudes change out belts. It's wicked easy. I mean, sometimes it's a little buried and you have to kind of stick your finger in there and try and wiggle it out.
Have small hands.
Yeah, exactly. Find some of the small hands to help. Like tearing off the grip ring on the spindle motor, like simple stuff like that goes like a long freaking way. And then, now we're going to have like possible M holder replications and things like that. So the kind of most common problems are pretty easy to overcome with like a little bit of basic, effort. And then when you hit that wall and you're like, oh damn, the power supply is flaking out, or needs a new laser, you might have to have someone else help you out. But maybe ask around, ask the friendly people in LDF for some help, and kind of get comfortable with doing the bare minimum maintenance. That'll, a lot of stuff you can fix yourself without having to take it to a shop or anything. So,
Yep.
Yeah. I think the belts and the grip rings are the most common thing that almost anyone can do. Like,
yep.
And you don't have to know anything about electronics. You just have to match a belt and replace it, or
yep.
Scrape off an old ring and put a new one down that has adhesive. I mean, it's not rocket science. So
super easy. Yeah, get some white lithium grease and but grease the stuff that you knew had it before. Don't just add it everywhere, and don't spray Windex all over the place.
You took my pro tip. Jeez.
Sorry.
Windex it.
Shout out to
Clean
Eli.
the laser.
Clean the laser. Yeah, that's the other thing that gets thrown out a lot. Is generally a lot of the techs I know don't recommend that just your average kind of enthusiast jump right in and go wild on the laser with a Q-tip and right away, and then there's the ones that have the coating on it. You don't want to rub that up. So some people are like, use alcohol. Don't use alcohol. Use this. So nobody seems to agree on what to use. And so, if you don't know any better, you could either mess up the suspension, then you get laser sag, and nobody wants that. But yeah, you could mess up the coating or something. So if you don't know what you're doing, I don't know, don't necessarily jump in heartily. If there's a problem, fix it, because some people have players that have some real schmutz on that lens, and some people are just
ones from Japan. I've found I've got a few players from Japan going just by a real aggressive cleaning on the laser. And to your point, you don't necessarily want to jump right in with just a Q-tip and some alcohol. If you have a red laser, there's going to be a blue film right on the optical lens, the objective lens on there. And you'll pull that film right off, and the laser's trashed after that. So you got to be really careful. But I've also heard that some Q-tips can actually leave micro scratches right in the lens. So
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Yep. If you're going to use any sort of cleaning tool, you want to use a chamois cloth tip. They're chamois cloths that you can use for swimming or drying off of them. They make Q-tips that are with that material instead of cotton.
Yeah, get them in a bag from Amazon. They're cheap.
Exactly. Yep. And don't scratch it up. The other thing that's really good too is Chemtronics makes optical prep wipes that are one-time use. They look like wet naps. You just open them up, and you can clean actually with a Q-tip, but you put the wet nap down and the Q-tip and just move it around a little bit real lightly on the lens, and that'll break up any contaminants that may be on there. Specifically smoke. Smoke is really, really bad. It collects right on the glass or plastic lens, whatever it happens to be made out of on that player, and it'll accumulate on there, start fogging over, and then that's that. It can't really focus any.
Yeah, that's probably the worst offender. Because dust and stuff usually gets blown off, and
yeah, it'll eventually get blown off just from the speed of the spindle. There's air moving around in there, but yeah, any sticky tackiness that's in the air that's going to collect on the lens over a period of time.
Yeah, those wipes are cool. Bill hooked me up with a bunch of them last time we did a swap, and they were handy.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So you're not going to ditch LaserDisc and go full HD DVD? Stay with us?
No, this is just a supplement.
All right, cool.
Just having fun. And for me, the core of the collection is just LaserDisc. I don't know. I'm a first print kind of guy. I'm the same way with my records too.
Oh yeah,
maybe
hit those represses.
There may be a superior repress that's got all this remastering. I don't want it. Give me the '80s cruddy one with thrashed corners. As long as it plays and sounds good, I want the original. And nice. Same thing with the LaserDisc. I want the first one that came out.
All right. Well, I think we restored faith. I feel it. I can feel the good in the air. We brought back everyone. We had to come to Jesus moment, and Jesus has LaserDiscs in his hand.
Yeah.
All right. Jared Brown. Yeah. Jared Brown has a correction ask. Apparently, his question last week wasn't just how important is the LDDB. It was how important is it for the community to contribute to the LDDB to really help the greater good? I mean, I don't really add much. I probably should, because there's lots of stuff I see that's wrong. I just got held up once because I had bullet. You know how Warner comes up with 5 versions of a movie, one with a silver stripe, one without, one that's widescreen, one that's not, one that has digital sound, one that doesn't. and Lost Boys had the wrong listings, and Bullet had the wrong listings. So like the spine number that I had for Bullet said it had analog sound, but my copy had digital sound, and I was like, which do I do? Do I like add in the extra information on this, or do we have to create a third one? And I submitted something. I don't think anything ever happened, and I just never got around to doing anything else. And I don't have a scanner big enough to scan 12 inches without doing some photoshopping to combine.
That's no excuse now.
So no, I just used it. It is an excuse.
No,
I totally did it.
I got it when you're done.
So I don't do any of that. So I suck. How about you guys?
Yeah, so the not have a scanner thing has been nixed by this great tool called Google Photoscan.
I don't have that.
It's free. It's an app you can put on your phone.
I don't have
even
not
those
money.
dreaded
I don't have a phone.
iPhones that aren't Google, you can do it. And
I don't have any of that, Ryan.
I know. And you can scan covers, and it's really super easy. And if they're not 100% perfect, I do believe Julian just runs them through and fixes them anyways. But yeah, it's a little tedious on covers still, but it's so worthwhile. And then just putting in updates. If you see something that's wrong or missing, or mint marks or anything else, add it. It's helpful. I've been really bad about photos, but I've been really good about updates. And I actually had a submission that had been pending for over a year get approved finally. So, just get them in there, queue them up, because it's helpful. And, it's amazing the information you find that people have put in there. And especially when it comes to like pressings that are rotted, you can look up mint marks on Fifth Element and know exactly which one's rotted or not without even putting it in your player. So, update it. It's helpful to everyone. It's helpful to yourself. And it's nice reference because like when it comes to, multiple pressings or Japanese versus US or Hong Kong pressings even, if like, the Hong Kong is the international cut and the US one's not, that makes it, more worth having even if the picture's a little soft. So it's totally worth it. Don't make excuses unless you want to be like Sam.
Sorry, kids. Don't be like me. What
I've
about
added
anybody else?
tons of stuff on there. I have a load of promo discs that are just really weird topics, and a lot of them are not there. And so I've worked on adding a bunch of those. I added there was some weird info on like the 8th MTV New Music Report disc, and so I fixed that up. And then I add photos quite a bit too, and because if I'm taking a photo for just my site or anything like that, I'll take a nice enough photo for me, then I'll adjust it for whatever he needs. And you can do you can edit it really where it looks as crisp as like a scan if you got a really high quality photo. Like, so I'll do that and send him in if he's missing anything. Like I did that for the AC3 Beach Boys. Forget which one it was, but yeah, there was no cover image for them, or it was the wrong cover image. It was the wrong cover image. It was one from the Vestron copy, and I was like, that's not that. And I'm like, let me fix that, because I just took photos. So yeah, anything that you can contribute to that is always useful. But like, if there's multiple listings, like triple check what you're holding, and don't just like, oh, well, it's not here, and then you're submitting something and wasting people's time too, because like that's not useful. But like, yeah, just make sure that what you're holding like matches everything, and that you don't think you have, because I did that when very early on, I was like, the Pat Benatar disc I'm holding isn't there, because it's like, but it was just like buried and I didn't see it. And then, so you just kind of have to like make sure and then be useful and not add weird information.
Nice. What about you, Trevor? Do you contribute?
I'm a horrible person. I don't update anything.
Go team horrible people.
I use it like honestly almost on a daily basis, especially if I'm on eBay, then I look there, but I don't even have my stuff cataloged in there because I screwed up and didn't start early.
Oh, that's
it
rough.
Seems like so much of an undertaking that it's like, I'm not going to sit here and do this for 2,000, so I can just I kind of know what I got, so I just kind of use that. If I wind up with a double, then
I know what I have.
I know what I got.
Peter.
I just if I wind up with double, then one of you guys winds up with it. So, but yeah, no, it's a 100% useful tool, and I love it. And I probably should do it. And if we ever do run across something I have that needs to be updated, I'll ask Ryan to fix it for me. So
I'll fix it.
Good job. You contributor, Bill?
So let me preface this with saying that I'm a professional software engineer. I don't know how many of you guys know that. I specifically work in web applications. So I don't downplay the importance of crowdsourced material. You know, that is absolutely an invaluable resource to the community. You know, I look at something like the LaserDisc database. It was started off by Julian, 10, 15 years ago. I think maybe more now. And he was just uploading database like stuff that he was typing in by hand from catalogs and whatnot. That's a serious effort, you know. Yeah. And he kickstarted this thing and he got it going and created a viable resource for everybody to do. And now it's really up to us as enthusiasts to keep that thing going. And if you're serious about the hobby, I mean, I think you owe it to yourself and everybody else that's serious about the hobby to just do a little bit of your part. You know, upload covers, you know, if possible, if you have access to a smartphone. There's that Google Scanner app that Ryan was talking about, you know, super quick to do, just a couple of screenshots. You can even do like the submission right from your phone. You click on the link for ones that are missing, and it'll create an email with the subject line already like ready to go with what title it's for. Real streamlined. I mean, it could be better, but you know, it's an experience that's easy to get in and out in like a minute to do a submission. Same thing with updating like matrices or, you know, pieces of information about discs that aren't on there. You can just go through and kind of zip through them in no time. Pro tip, if you're looking to contribute, if you pull up your collection, if you track it in there, there's a new feature that'll highlight your rows in pink. Those are indicating that there's cover art missing. And that's just some real easy low-hanging fruit. And Julian's real cool about giving you props if you like getting just like, you know, little props in whatever you're doing. I personally really dig the fact that I got all these wild Tales from the Crypt discs in the name CP System 3. That's one of my handles that I go by.
Oh, sick.
You look up all these weird Singapore and Hong Kong discs, you'll see the covers and all the matrices. I spent an afternoon one day just going through them. So in a degree, I mean, you know, it's kind of a pride thing. It's like, hell yeah, I found these sweet discs. Now everybody can check out the art on them. We knew that maybe they existed. In some cases, there wasn't even a reference to them. And now, you know, maybe not everybody can own the disc, but they can at least see what it looks like, which I think is pretty cool.
Nice. So basically the answer is don't be like Trevor.
Yeah, shame on you guys.
Or Sam.
Yeah. No, Trevor's the one. He's the worst.
You're not a doctor, Bill?
Yeah, that Bill was a doctor.
I thought Bill was a doctor. That's what I heard.
Yeah. I gave up my surgery gig. It was too gory.
All right. So hopefully that answers Jared's question. Next, it would be like, no, what I really meant to ask was
round 4.
Yeah.
F. Trevor.
So next question is a visual. I don't know if I can steal the spotlight here for a second. Ryan can hotlight me. Hot spot
doesn't
me.
Contribute, wants the spotlight. Oof.
Yep. This guy Pedro wants to know. I don't know if you probably can't see it. See, I can't take pictures of this. He wants to know is this a cool disc? He said.
No.
Cool disc.
No, it's average.
No.
All right. So
it was cool a month ago.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's not cool anymore.
Ask him how much.
Yeah. All right. So Pedro Biancardi. I can't remember. Biancardi, I think is his last name. Oh, maybe it's Peter. Sorry, Peter Biancardi wanted to know if that was a cool disc. So all right, I'll tell him no.
It was cooler when he didn't have it.
All right, fair enough. And we have a correction. Sonic Boompole corrects the Pioneer pressing plant that we were talking about is in Carson, hold on, we got to do. Actually, the Pioneer pressing plant was in Carson, California, not in Carson City, which is in Nevada. The answer or the reaction to that is, yeah, I knew that. But sometimes your brain says stupid things when you say things. Like
you heard, I heard the Carson. I knew that Carson's right. Carson is a city.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
the two were too close together in the sentence. Like,
But he also said he's not too far away from the plant, was and went to college there. Hopefully, I think he's meant to say he went to college near the plant, not went to college at the Carson LaserDisc plant, which would be amazing. And I would make a ski patrol kind of movie based on kids getting in shenanigans at the Carson University Pioneer Pressing plant.
yes.
It'd be rare.
Yeah, so that's it for I think all mailbag. I think we killed everything. We got hot topics up next. Anything new and exciting anybody wants to talk about? I know Ryan might have something he wants to bring up.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a DTS copy of Blade, it is not $249, and you do not have to get it from Yoda in Greece. I just want to put it out there.
Are you sure? I thought I saw it recently for about $249.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to pay that, I'm sure. But if you want to be patient, you can probably get it for half or less.
At least.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
There is this kind of weird thing going on in like LDF and places where we mentioned it before, I think in the last one, where there's a lot of situation where guys that are the kind of recipients of getting ripped off, dick riding ballers, they're like really, really impressed with guys that are raking, the fans over the coals and ripping them off. And they love that about them and that they can do that. So that's interesting. They're like the vinyl community is all about, kind of sharing things and giving good prices to, the homies and all that stuff and showing the vinyl community love train and all that. But we're like, just make that bank.
Trying to retire.
Yeah, right. So
Finder's fee.
there's a lot. Yeah, obviously there's people we know and love that, pick up lots and use those lots to finance their hobby. Like that's an awesome thing to do. And, it really pays off in spades. Like some of these cast members here will know. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Make some dough, have a good time, and pay for your own hobby. But there's this weird thing going on where these like guys come in with like way worse than eBay prices, and then when they get kind of approached with it being not realistic, there's just this weird kind of like, whatever, man. I'm glad you got it cheaper. That's always the response. You got a deal. Like, yeah.
Go buy a copy for $30. It's like,
yeah.
I don't need a copy for $30, but I can show you 4 of them.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not 75. I don't want the thing. I don't want it at 20.
Yeah,
but it's not worth 75 or whatever it is you're asking.
Yeah, if you're asking a price and it's for sale on eBay for half the price, and no one knows who you are, no one's going to buy it from you. It's not because we don't trust you. It's because eBay's trusted, and if there's a problem, you just file a claim. And let's be honest, most of eBay, the sellers with tons of feedback, know what the hell they're doing. Maybe the ma and pas that don't list discs ever, watch out. But like, if the guy has 1,000 laser discs for sale, he's probably shipped one before.
It's possible.
So.
Yeah, I've got some janky packaging over the past month.
But like
from the group and eBay, it's. But everything survived, luckily, but it's
shameful.
Like, ooh,
Their fault.
who thought this was a good idea?
Like, I don't post every time I got a safe package from eBay.
Yeah.
I'm going to post about the one time I got a box with the shattered disc sticking out the side, You're not going to see, hey, I got Magic Kid in a box from eBay. Check out this sweet box.
It worked out really well.
Yeah.
I got 14 updates on it.
And yeah, I don't chase down, like, I know there's people that see eBay sales that are insane because that happens all the time. I don't chase those guys down and try and PM them and convince them that their prices are insane. I'm just like, I don't know. That just seems a little futile.
Yep.
But when it's in a community kind of post, like, you're probably going to get some responses to let you know that, hey, there's a lot of alternatives to your 249 Blade copy on DTS. Like,
well, it's not an echo chamber. You're looking for feedback when you post something in a community.
Yeah, and eBay ask does not always mean eBay sold prices. Like, there's a little way to filter by sold. That's a really good gauge. If the ask price is the same or really close to the sold, it's probably a good price. If the ask price is $200 and there's one sold at $33, he's probably an idiot, or he's the guy who bought it for $33 thinking he found a gold mine. He did not.
What was it? There was one. Was it a Halloween triple pack that it turned into a bit of a shit show kind of thing?
Have you guys seen
I could
that?
get more on eBay. And it's like,
Yeah.
we'll do that if that's the case. But no, you're looking at the asking prices, not the sold prices. Like,
He has that on eBay right now.
Oh, is it?
and, Like every day, it's going down by like $10.
Oh,
It was
man.
like $250, then $240, then
It's cheaper on
$230.
eBay.
It
This
might be
episode
$220
is
now.
sponsored by the Halloween LaserDisc Triple Pack.
if he would have like just
Now
sold it for
featuring
like
toes.
180 on Facebook, he would have paid less fees than what he's going to get out of his $200 sale on eBay.
Right?
Like it's
Yep.
just sometimes you have to realize, just be reasonable.
He knows what he's got.
He does know what
Sometimes you just know, yeah.
Ultra rare.
Did we have any other drop? We had some sweet beams rolling in this week.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Good job, Ryan.
Yeah, I had the motivation and just kept coming up with good ones, and I
Yeah,
shared.
like a couple espressos at work or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Red Bull kicked in on Wednesday and Friday. I was just feeling it. But today especially, like I think I did like 4 or 5 of them in like 10 minutes. It was just like, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. I'm sharing this one to everyone because I don't share most of them to the big 10,000 person group because I don't want to shit post people nonstop. I want to mostly post about LaserDiscs, not jokes about them. So, and it's
Yeah,
not just,
that was a
it's
real
never
fun
really
one,
pointed
right?
at anyone except for the one about Peter and also Peter.
It's great because there is a LaserDisc shit posting page that Ryan put together called LaserDisc Forever, and then every once in a while there's someone in the quote unquote real LDF that's like, there's this other group that make fun of us and all this stuff, and like it's open, like it was created here as a joke thread,
Yeah.
and Brian's like, hey, there's a shit posting page, come over here.
Yeah. And we're
Not like-
making fun of like the common like things. And
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Join up,
Yoda.
shit post.
Yeah. It's
awesome.
a joke.
Get
You
like
can't laugh.
50 to 100 people in a day.
Yeah.
Join it on April 1st.
A lot of
Yeah.
people think it's like a legit new LaserDisc because we need another LaserDisc group on Facebook,
Yeah,
right?
there was the guy who thought it was a selling group, and it's like, hey, did you read a single thing in this group before you started trying to like comment on our posts to sell? He got
Blocked
banned.
and banned.
Yeah, Seth actually posted a few of the shitpost group memes in LDF today, so that was pretty nice. I'm sure with everybody.
You got to share the joy a little bit, but
Yeah.
especially when they're really good.
Awesome.
Good times. Oh, we also have to throw out some congratulations. There was some interesting news recently. Did you hear the news, Ryan?
Yeah, Trevor. No, not Trevor. Chris Altman welcomed a new LaserDisc fan,
And he didn't name
Not
him
our
Trevor.
Altman, right?
and he did not name her Trevor. So congratulations to our
No.
Chris Altman, not the German
other Altman.
Christoph.
Yeah, not the other Altman.
Yes,
Not the other Altman.
the American one who joins us from time to time.
Yes.
So
Chris.
Adorable
Oh.
child.
Fantasia
Congratulations.
Fulci
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
little Fulci.
Well, Chia. I was shooting for Suspiria. I thought that was a good,
Oh,
female
yeah.
name. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a great name.
I was hoping
right?
for
Yeah.
Fulcina.
Fulcina.
would be good.
China.
She's already watched her first LaserDisc, I think.
Yeah, I heard, yeah.
I think he might have cheated with one of those smaller ones, but we won't tell anyone.
Oh,
Other
I
than
hate when
anyone
those-
who watches the podcast.
those shrunken
Apparently, they're
LaserDiscs.
a lot easier around infants and small children,
No,
I
yeah.
guess.
I don't know. You can snack. You put all your snacks and everything on the LaserDisc, for the kids to.
That's what
munch
the
off of.
jacket's for. You got that big jacket. It's like a tray.
Yeah, put food on
Hummus?
it. That's what I do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Diva
still-
does.
Oh man, yeah. Do we have any other no major meltdowns, no flouncing, or did anybody rage quit or anything like that?
I don't think so. Like,
Yeah.
we did have
We
the
got power
don't
news.
call people out, but call people out. I didn't quite get that. I still.
Oh yeah, I think what the end result was that the you can call people out. It's just the mods will not get involved if there's some sort of a dispute between a buyer and a seller. So you
Yeah,
could be
but-
like, this guy's a douche, and that's it.
Don't post people's addresses though. Come on now.
Yeah, yeah.
we have people doxing each other.
Yeah, apparently it was accidental. This one guy's like, "Hey, is it cool if we, kind of talk about other sellers and buyers and warn people about them?" And
We're like,
yeah.
yes.
So all of a sudden these screenshots come, and it was it was pretty messy. It was actually somebody I know who I've sold to, and of course had no problems with, but included that person's address. And Vinny was like,
Vinny got it right away. Like, I didn't even catch it. I
Dude.
caught it had happened. We had chatted about it. I'm just like, oh, well, I'm glad he caught it right away. But come on. Like,
I mean,
That's
use the
some
little
discretion.
Sharpie app on your
Common
phone.
sense.
it's bad enough all the boxes that are these kind of incestuous boxes that go from collector to collector have like the strata of other people's addresses on there, and some people sometimes are like taking photos, and it's like, oh look, there's Luke's address, there's that dude's address.
Yeah. Yeah, if you post a box, cover the address or blur it out. Like, it's not hard.
Because we'll find you. We'll wait outside your window with a boombox over our head, pining for your love.
Counting your Muse
don't forget to
titles.
scrub and reuse your LP mailers. Just buy fresh ones. I don't want to see the guy's previous address on there.
Just
But,
cut the
like-
label off. Like that's
reuse
certainly not
everything.
hard.
I'll cheat
Yeah.
and use the reuse it for a second box over the other box, but like that's just because I want to add extra padding.
Yeah.
And I found that works really well.
LP mailers, that's magical. Where would you get those things? I
Oh
don't-
my god.
Actually, there's this
Megacorp.com.
place called eBay that sells them.
What?
I know.
$249?
I think so. I think that's
Yeah.
about how much it costs.
Depends on how many boxes you get.
Yeah. I probably might have warned people before too, because there's been a lot of talk about buying bags lately, and even one of Seth's old posts got, it wasn't even Trevor this time that bumped it, but somebody
Who
bumped it.
bumped it?
Who bumps
I
this?
don't know, some guy. And they wanted to know about your bags, and I buy a lot from Bags Unlimited, and because of COVID, they raised their free shipping limit. So now I think you have to drop $60 before you get free shipping. So it used to be
Sleep
40
City,
or 45.
Oh man, hey, real talk, Sam. I need to order some bags, so hit me
All right.
up. We should coordinate.
Dude, yeah, that's a good call. Like, because I mean, I'm always like hanging out or going to your place, or I'm not hanging out, but I will once the virus is gone. But drive-bys and we're trading stuff. We might as well get together on some of these orders because you can get bulk discounts. So yeah. So be friends with Bill again is a key important thing to collecting. But yeah, so yeah, you gotta drop some more coin because they're like aimed more at selling to shops and things like that. So yeah, they don't. Us small fries don't really count to them, so they don't want to be sending you stuff and paying the shipping. So
Go figure.
how's everybody, speaking of shipping, how's the arrivals for stuff in USPS and overseas doing lately?
It's still hit and miss, I think.
Yeah.
I've got a few Japanese things that have finally started moving, but US, I got a package from Canada that's been sitting in Chicago, so 60 miles away for going on 8 days now. I'm about ready to get a package from Japan that's shipped well after and has shipped after it got to Chicago. I'm going to have that before this thing shows up. And it just says outbound from customs, so they've cleared it, and then apparently they just left it somewhere. It's probably in the rain,
Man.
but whatever.
I had I bought a record like early COVID times, and basically it as of like July 24th just stopped showing up on the tracking, and the thing is just, it's gone. I've opened 2 cases on it, and they're just like, it's supposedly in Los Angeles, like I'm not even that far away, but they're like, we don't know. They left me voicemails. They're like, we don't know where it is, so I guess it's lost. And I'm like, gee, thanks.
Someone
Like-
else's collection.
Ugh, it was Treasure, which is this kind of obscure like first band of Vinnie Vincent, who was in
Nice.
Kiss. So
Cool.
quality stuff if you haven't heard that.
I bet it's in Carson City.
It's probably in Carson City.
Go and pick it up.
I did get some
The
records
California
from.
Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Fuck
I got some
Pittsburgh.
records from Kobos, and they shipped in July
Oh,
and
yeah.
just got here yesterday. So
Yep.
I
remember that sale.
2+
That was-
months. Yeah,
A
yeah.
while ago.
That was like, I want to say like July 20th or 18th or something.
Yep.
And he shipped it out like a couple days later, and it just disappeared. And I'm like, oh, I'll get it. Month goes by, I'll get it. 2
Yeah.
months go by, I'll get it. And then sure enough, it came. I mean, yeah. So
I sent out a package to Australia and it disappeared. and didn't make it out of the country. And, I was kind of like, everything kind of seems to show up eventually. I'm not going to sweat it. And then like a month and a half later, it shows up in Australia. Like it didn't even make it to any kind of outward dispatch. It was just in some random spot in New York, and then it's in Australia. And then Australia lost it. And then we're like, all right, this thing is definitely gone. And then it showed up yesterday. And apparently the package was like completely destroyed. But inside everything was perfect. So
The dingoes got it?
Roller coaster right there.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I
the
had that
dingoes
box I
ate your
sent you.
package.
That was
Oh,
like trashed.
Yep.
Yep.
But the Ghost in the Shell box was perfect inside. So.
Yeah. And then I sent a thing from here to Altman, who's on the East Coast, in 3 days via media mail. Like it went out of here and was at his on Monday, and it was there yesterday. So I don't know what's going on. It was like record. It made it through Pittsburgh in 1 day.
Oh my god! That's
Yeah, everyone's like, wait, it made it through Pittsburgh? Like, we all know.
No, you're lying.
Yeah. No, I showed you the tracking. Like,
was the
I was
usual
amazed.
staff not that maybe the interns were running the show that day?
they just know how I tape my boxes, I guess. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy.
Let that one through.
Yep, he's paid the
Same
volume
with mine.
rate.
Did Burger Flynn put it through? He just put a rush on it?
Yeah.
Like Courier?
Yeah, shout out to Todd Bergerflin, our intern. He's really making a lot of our jobs easier on us.
Thanks, Todd.
Thank you.
You'll see him around.
The hero we deserve.
Yeah, but not the hero we need.
So true.
That's Treat Williams or Tom Atkins.
I did get the worst warp disc I've ever gotten before. I'll
Oh,
show this
dude.
off. Let's see if I can get it just right.
Oh, I can see it already.
Oh whoa!
Yeah, do you guys see that warp?
Oh god! That's
So I'm gonna send this to Bill and tell him to just play with it. It's a
Flatten it.
challenge. Challenge is up there. We'll update you in like a year.
Yeah.
Is it cool? Is it like a good one?
It is a good one. I have another copy, just I don't have the fancy box copy that this is. So I'd like to have it, even though it's the exact same like pressing and everything. I'd like to have it all matching. But if it doesn't or it doesn't come out, I'll be fine because I got what I wanted out of it.
My favorite was Iron Maiden Live After Death. It was super warped, and it gave me a chance to watch that like 100 times over the course of a couple of years while I was flattening it, because I'm like, let's watch it and see if it gets to the end of the side. We're like, nope, but I got to see some Iron Maiden, so it's all good. Back into the pile.
Man, I gotta tell you guys, my shipping has just been terrible. Absolutely
Really?
terrible. I was hoping to have probably the biggest pickups for my collection since I've been collecting. Peter sent them to me. Some real heavy hitters. Maybe you'll guys see them. You'll see them in the future. We'll see. They just got lost in Rhode Island. He sent them to me priority mail earlier in the week, and they get to Providence, and they just go into a black hole.
Damn.
And like maybe an hour before the podcast, I get a notification like, "Oh, it's in Boston." Like not even in like. Yeah, so I'll get them tomorrow. So that's cool.
Providence.
least
That's
they're
not
not
even
far.
Jersey City or Pittsburgh or anything. What
Yeah,
the hell?
yeah.
Yeah.
They went to Providence, freaking Providence, and they like dragged ass for like 4 days on it, lost it, found it, and now it's back. So, anyways, those are coming in. I've got not one, not two, not three, but 4 boxes in Japan. They're all in the warehouse in the like agency that I use to do proxy bidding. I had one box that I paid for 2 weeks ago. I squared up on it. It's like $150, ton of laser discs. I get a notification like 2 days ago that the whole box is rejected because there's DVDs in there, and I didn't do a DVD form, which they didn't even send me. They didn't even offer to be like, hey, here's this DVD form. They're like, yeah, you just got to send it like surface mail. I'm like, fuck you, dude. There's so many laser discs there. I'm not sending that surface.
What was the surface mail cost again?
It was like pretty much the same as UPS Express. It was like a $10 discount. 3 day versus 82 day with thrashing involved. So I had to pay a fee to unpack the box, which I ate the cost of the extra reinforcement. And then I had to pay the fee again to extra reinforce it just to send these stupid DVDs surface mail with nothing else in them. So I've got 4 boxes that are just like trapped in limbo with cool stuff in them. And maybe I'll get them before the year is up. Who knows?
Again, that's why DVDs are bad. Don't get them, kids.
Yeah.
I know. See, yeah, they,
That's what
like
you get.
lasers, they don't even care. But
Yeah,
apparently,
I've never experienced this.
yeah, like I don't know. There's some weird shit going on. Ryan's definitely experienced it. Like sometimes you'll just get flagged, and they're like, "You got to do this import form for your like maybe propaganda laser discs." I don't know. They think I'm, like,
all of that
import some-
crazy alt-right laser discs that they're pressing today.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Psych.
based on laser. So, anyways, Max, I just wanted to send some positive vibes your way. I had a game that I bought from Greece. Actually, there's cool sellers in Greece, believe it or not.
That aren't
It's an
Yoda.
arcade video game, and it was very reasonably priced. Go figure. And I bought it, and the seller ships it, and it gets to Chicago in like June.
Hmm.
And I'm like, cool, it's clearing customs. I'm gonna get it like middle of June, maybe July, somewhere in there. Nope, it just time goes by, month, 2 months, 2.5 months go by. Open up a case, like, nah, it's gone. It goes by so far, like in time that on USPS, like the tracking for it's just like, nope, we never heard of the package. Like it had all the tracking, and then it like expired. It just went to the abyss. And then just like one magical day, it's like, oh, it's in Boston. And then I got it the next day, and it was like unscathed. So it might show up. I don't lose hope. It took like almost like 100 days to get to me, but it eventually made it.
Yeah, I've had a few of those like things. In normal circumstances, you would completely write them off, but there's still a sliver of hope that your package is going to randomly show up.
Yep, and it did, and like I said, it wasn't broken or anything. It was in good shape. It was just like, what really happened? I'd love to know. Did it fall off and get like shoved into a nook somewhere? Was it like Rona like airing out? Like, they had to quarantine it.
Quarantine it.
Like, what the hell, man?
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I have a package finally coming, and it's shipped, and I have tracking, and it's on its way. And it took them 2 months almost to package and ship it. And that's after, like, they told me, they're like, oh, yeah, we forgot to ship this one item from your last box. And I'd forgotten about it because I was like, I thought it was in an auction, but it didn't come. So I'm like, maybe I couldn't remember. And so then they like stopped, and I paid for the package. They stopped it, repacked it for free because they screwed up. Not because I was putting the contraband DVDs in. And now it's coming again. But it's just like, what? I mean, it's just been painful. It's like pulling teeth. And I don't know. I think they hate us because I've shipped almost 100 kilos worth of laser discs in the past month
they're
through
them. Of like handling laser discs.
Oh yeah,
they're like, oh, not again.
They're like these guys in the United States with their damn laser discs. No one wants them here. What's wrong with you?
Buy some T-shirts instead. I don't know.
Yeah,
the worst part about my DVDs that rejected my whole box. You guys know what DVDs they were?
No.
Harry fucking Potter DVD.
No.
Oh, dude.
That's what you get.
Did you get like Philosopher's Stone on DVD?
I got 8
Sick.
DVDs. I was playing the Rot Lottery because all the American ones are just trashed. I'm hoping the Japan ones work.
Yeah, and they got the real name of the movie on it.
My box
Oh my god.
Bill loves Harry Potter is the
Some
takeaway.
dark magic right there.
My secret's out.
Yeah. We actually, Bill and I supposedly have a package that Seth sent us that's going to be hopefully coming soon. So
hopefully chock full of chocolate.
Yeah, I know. He's like, you guys are going to get your anime discs. And I'm like, yeah, but the key point is chocolate.
Yeah, I don't even care about the discs. I forgot what I bought. I just want those bars of chocolate.
Yeah.
He went over what I had with him, and I'm like, I don't remember ordering any of those, but yes. Like, there were like 4 of them. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I paid for those.
I kept my list. I'm good to go. So
I don't even remember what I got.
He's got the same problem as we do. Like, nobody wants to go anywhere, or, everybody's sick, or you're worried about the one guy who might be sick, and it's like, hey, yeah, go when you can. Just, stay safe.
We just got to keep an eye on Bill so he doesn't take 3/4 of the chocolate bars for himself. Yeah.
You should ask for a chocolate inventory.
Only 2 of them made it. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, bros.
The other one's melted. I don't know.
Yes.
I guess we'll have to split that one between the 2 of you. Sorry, bros.
Sorry.
I'll just wrap it in saran wrap. That's cool. Right?
Yep. Meanwhile,
the only problem is like, do you with it coming with chocolate, you can't forward it on with chocolate. Like, you have to ship it priority or parcel, because like if they open up a media mail package with chocolate in it, they're gonna be like, no, and they'll just like eat the chocolate and then be like, oh, media.
Yeah.
Yeah, what media or chocolate?
Yeah,
You can play
there was
movies
media
on
in here. There was
chocolate.
definitely
Yeah.
not chocolate.
Mhm.
Bill's going to be filming the sequel to the Fudge Squad, eating all Sam's chocolate.
Dude, man, I'm going to be shaking my fist.
Ask for photo evidence. Like, do a live unboxing.
Yeah.
Counted 6 candy bars and I got 2.
Yeah, I got a copy of the manifest, and I'm reading here.
Man.
Manifest.
Fudge Squad 2 coming to a theater near you.
Yep.
Damn. Ah, man, I think we might have crushed it. Any other like last kind of hot topics or?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Happy October.
Yeah, right. We're gonna do we want to spoil
That's
like
what
any
I
of the
say.
stuff we're gonna do for
Nah,
that?
we'll just make them tune in.
All right. We're gonna have 2 more horror episodes, and I mean, I'm not saying what. I'm not spoiling it, right? It's gonna be spooky.
I didn't realize they were going to be horror, but okay.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to do the romance?
I do have 5 now, so
All right, so maybe we'll do
5 now.
romance. Yeah.
we'll do horror romance.
Ooh,
Horror
that's a
romance.
good combo.
That actually would be a good
That's real
combo.
possible.
We'll save that for next year.
Yeah.
So if things work out okay, we might be able to get like an episode on Halloween night. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. So
We'll
Yeah.
let Todd take care of that.
yeah, Todd's gonna get all the info and get that back to you guys. So what's on tap for tonight? I'm probably gonna dig into. I know I've been watching the VHS Plus stuff, but I got to get back to some widescreen. And Trevor, I think, showed it earlier. Phantoms is on my list of my to watch, so I think I'm gonna
Sweet.
fire that up. Get some Affleck.
And Affleck, the bomb.
He's the bomb in that. So I'm gonna fire that up. What do you got, Ryan?
Got Christine on tap.
Widescreen, baby.
Yeah, widescreen. So
Sick.
Fun
Nice
fact,
release.
my vintage car is named Christine after that movie.
Sick.
and also I've gotten rid of the fake background. That is a real background now. I can
'Cause you're-
interact with it and touch it.
Because you're not a
I don't
shitter.
Well, I don't want to deal with green screen hell and all that good stuff too. So, how about you, Max?
I am going to finally watch Deadly Spawn.
Nice.
Oh my god. I can't even wait for this. I literally, all the teeth. I love it. I'm so excited. This is a dream. The fact that I'm holding this really, like, I've lost this 3 times approximately. One of them was to Bill.
Damn it, Bill.
So it was like,
All
I was
right.
like, it's fine. It's fine. Wasn't meant to be. I'll get it when it's meant to be.
That's it.
This is when it was meant to be. So I'm going to watch that for sure.
It's
How about you,
crazy. We
Trevor?
started messaging each other about some of this stuff. Like, no, this one's mine. Dibs.
Oh, yeah. I was going to go for
You
that.
You're going to like get into a bidding war with your friends. It's like, why?
Yeah, and I feel bad
Yeah.
because it's like I made Bill pay an extra $50.
Oh, no.
I mean,
And if you get
I
to
swear there's a couple horror titles where we outbid each other, and it's like we just
Probably.
made each other both pay more money. Damn it!
if you get into a war with Peter, he will assume that you're one of his most like mortal enemies, and he will just bid to spite you. So
Or
it's in-
Bill and I, and just
Yeah.
bid to no,
yeah.
bid for himself. He's like,
But
I don't want
it
them to
turns out
have
it's
it.
his bros, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, sorry, guys."
Sorry, guys, but I have it.
He wasn't the craziest bidder, though. There's always usually somebody else that's slightly crazier,
Yeah.
and then me or Ryan.
I know in the past, me and Ryan used to bid each other up on like the Rotary stuff, and we had to start. Are you bidding on this? Do you need it? Because I'm going for it, or straight
Step
up,
aside,
I'm tapping
bro.
out here. So if you're willing to go more, let me know now, so I don't even bother.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Shout out to Bill for enabling me to buy something that I talked myself out of buying today.
Oh, that's
So,
the best.
good job.
I think we all do that to each other.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't need it. I got it on VHS. I got a 6 Steelbook on Blu-ray, and the Bill's like, "Hey, check this out." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna buy that, but I told myself not to." And he's like, "You should do it." I'm like, "Good call. I'm
Good
gonna buy
price. Somebody bought it. Me.
it." Excellent
That
job, Bill.
movie's great.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody needs it on LaserDisc, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I should show it in an upcoming episode.
It's on
What do you
topic.
What are you spinning, Trevor?
So one movie I was trying to get in to get 5 horror movies was I got the widescreen Event Horizon,
Dude.
and in one of those last lots, and I was like, oh, I've not watched this in forever, and literally it set to the side because I was trying to get to 5. So
Yep.
I'm probably gonna watch that. Or I got so much new shit just laying around.
Mm.
I'll watch a few things hopefully, but I think Event Horizon's next on the list.
I should watch that again too. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
What about you, Bill?
Yeah, I just wanted to say Event Horizon's the bomb. It's great.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm a little torn if I'm gonna actually put this on. This is the front runner right now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do the Living Dead Girl.
Nice.
Yeah, I got this one in, and I got a really good deal on it. Shout out to Joe Findell. He hooked me up with a super fair price, $15 for that. It was warped. As you guys know, I like to fix the warped discs, so I'll roll the dice on that any day of the week. You know, on a good day, that's probably like a $30 disc. You know, I thought that was a pretty fair price to take the gamble, and it paid off. You know, it came out warp free. And, you know, I jumped around a little bit in it just to ensure that it played all the way to the end on both sides. And the little bits I saw were pretty outrageous and over the top. It's French extreme horror. Looks right up my alley.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Yep.
A shout out to your laser cat, by the way, Bill. We didn't give any
Yes.
proper laser cat love earlier in the episode.
It's chilling back there. That's a Buki.
We had Trevor's laser cat, I think, before the official podcast rolled, sadly. Yeah.
I think he was bouncing around, but maybe not while I was highlighted. He was just normally he doesn't have nothing to do with me while I'm down here today. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna fuck your shit up, rubbing his face on the iPad and stuff.
Fuck your podcast.
I just got a stuffed penguin and
came over
some
here, Rick
Ewoks.
James me.
Damn, it kicked you into a mirror and everything. All right, cool. Hopefully you guys enjoy spinning those discs. Hopefully you YouTubers enjoyed watching this, and hopefully everyone on LDF has a good time buying discs and joining in, asking questions, and we'll answer whatever you want in the next upcoming episodes. And yeah, kick ass. Keep spinning LaserDiscs.
Remember, there's a Joe Bob Halloween special coming up.
Yeah, double feature.
OG sponsor, Shudder.
Nice. Get that Shudder dough and Vinegar Syndrome.
He's doing a real life drive-in in Torrance. Like, not that, that's drivable for me.
You should go.
I know. I just saw that come up. I thought of Trevor. I was like, damn, he would say I should go there.
Yeah,
you should go to that.
You know, Trevor's not going to be there.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. I'd
in
go if I
Carson
could
City?
touch them. Yeah, it's in Carson City.
That's in Colorado. Right?
I'm going to be there for the chili cook-off next weekend. So hit me up.
Right down to the parking lot at the LaserDisc pressing plant school. Go check it out. Cool. Well, hopefully there's chainsaws and everything you guys out there watch. At least chainsaws, Treat Williams or Tom Atkins, and maybe chili cook-offs. And hopefully it's bad with a Punchout and bad VHS quality. And you're gonna have a good time for Halloween. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one.
Peace.
I'm out.